Star Toyota presents Off the Bench.
This is what we have been waiting for. The hype is over.
Off the Bench.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester.
Yo, and welcome in to OTB 104.5, ESPN Baton Rouge, 94.7 Alexandria, 11:30 a.m. The Tiger up in Shreveport. Jake, Alondra, and Cassie here with you today. Tay he's set, I think, at the beach. I'm going to say he's at Branson. I'm trying to think of the whitest place I possibly can. That's Branson. That's where Taylor's at. He does go to Branson.
I was going to say he's been to Branson on vacation before, so not far off.
Yeah, we're sending him on vacation because I'll be at SEC spring meetings next week, and so we're going to overload Tay when he gets back, and we do have a lot to get to. Cassie is with us today. Cassie, I'm going to make you get on the microphone multiple times today. Are you ready for that?
All right, I'll be ready.
All right. Sounds better than I thought.
A lot better than I thought.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be a quick yes.
I'm actually like awake this morning, which is very odd for me because I don't wake up early in the morning.
Yeah. She's not a morning
you just
person.
graduated, right?
I did on
All right.
Friday.
So did you not have congratulations, by the way. Did you not have any early classes ever?
I think the earliest class I had was 8 a.m., which that was
That's
rough.
early.
But that was freshman year, so I lived on campus, so I woke up the latest that I could. But other than that, I tried to schedule something past 10 because I'm not a morning person.
So Hunt Show, which you're on every day, that's the perfect time for you.
Yes, I wake up at 10 and then get here at 11. It's nice.
Then you get tired hearing Hunt talk about the Cubs and golf and random baseball facts.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay, fair enough. We have a very, very meathead show today. I was just talking it through here with everybody, and I didn't mean for this to be the ultimate meathead show, but we've got Bobby Carpenter joining us at 7:30. We've got Blake Baker joining us at 8 a.m. We've got Mikey Matuk joining us at 8:30. He gets more meathead as we go. And then we've got Flynn, who's actually going to come in at 9. He's not going to do his normal 8 o'clock flustering, and of course he is going to be the new co-host of this show starting on June the 2nd. But we guilted him in the group chat into coming in because we have company-wide headshots that we have to do. Did I forget that it was headshots and wear my normal hoodie and a hat? I did, but they did say that we could kind of wear whatever our personality was.
Yeah.
So this isn't a bit. I truly think I should be able to wear a hoodie and a hat because I wear a hoodie and a hat every day.
I agree.
If Flynn said he's not doing it if he can't wear a My High hat.
Hey, they said to dress either business casual or something, either or something that's on brand. So hoodie and hat, that's on brand. It's fine.
Okay.
My High, on brand.
So Moscona's going to have a button down with jeans,
khakis,
some new pair of shoes that are relevant.
Some Nikes,
right?
yeah.
And obviously no hat. He's going to have, bald. Hunt's going to have on a polo, hard tuck into some khakis.
Yes.
That's what he's going to have on.
And some, what are those shoes called? Clark's.
Oof, you missed me with that. I don't even know what they're called. I have no idea. I only wear Nike, so I have no idea. Musa's going to have on something very similar. He's going to have on a polo, oversized jeans, and sneakers.
Yeah, oversized jeans.
Paul's going to have on, so my whole point
Paul's
is.
going to look the same, though.
Paul's going to look the same.
Yeah, polo, jeans, shoes.
No doubt. And if Haney and Jimmy were in here, I don't know if they are. I could give you what they're going to wear.
Yeah.
I bring that up to say, if I can guess what they're going to wear and it's okay to wear in the staff picture, we should be able to wear whatever we want to wear.
I agree.
Flynn's, I'm telling you, he's not going to take the My High hat off.
That's fine.
But you kind of bougie. You said you had to go home.
I had to go home. I forgot
and
too.
put your face on.
I got to put something on my face. I got to do something in my hair. And Cassie's like, well, we have that meeting right after the show. And I'm like, well, Matt doesn't have to worry about doing his hair. So he should understand that, Cassie and I got to do stuff to take pictures.
I just brought my stuff. I'll just be doing my makeup during the meeting.
Yeah. That's smart, sure.
Yeah, with as much meatheadness as we have on the show today.
There's also 2 girls here.
It's great. You don't think girls can be meatheads?
Oh, I think I could absolutely sometimes have meathead tendencies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's That's a term of endearment.
Have you seen my hands?
I don't call my afternoon show Meathead Radio because it's a bad thing.
Yeah, no.
No, it's a good thing.
Yeah, I'm just saying we're like talking about
Cassie, we'll have to
makeup
see
and
if you're a
stuff.
meathead. That doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I mean,
No, it really doesn't.
I mean, the tagline is too gritty to be pretty, so it kind of fights with that.
That's fine.
All right, Cassie, we'll see if you're a meathead by the end of the
right.
show. It's a high bar to cross, so we'll see if we can
Have
get it
you
done.
seen these calluses?
Oh, you have.
They're really
If you
bad.
have calluses on your hand from throwing around weight,
Yeah.
it's gonna go a long way.
So to tie it back to meathead girl, I was getting my nails done yesterday. And the lady was like, they like massage your hands at the end of it or whatever. And she was like, what is this? I'm like, they're calluses.
Oh, she didn't even know.
No. Well, she was like, are you good?
Are you good?
It's like, your hand's fine. Just a little
Well,
rough.
Alondra has been working incredibly hard. Are you
Yeah.
still doing before the show?
I haven't done that in like the past 2 weeks because there's just a lot going on and I don't know the new workouts that we're doing. So I've been going in the afternoon, which I think is harder.
Oh, afternoon's much harder.
Yeah.
If you're going to go work out, it's got to be like when your feet hit the ground.
Yes. It's so much easier for me to go at 4:30 in the morning than 4:30 in the afternoon.
If you're going at 4:30, what time's this place open?
So I open it. They like let me go and open it.
So you have a
and
key.
then yes, kind of. They have a key box and then I get it out the key
Okay,
box.
we're telling
and
too many secrets.
Yeah,
I
so
feel like we're going a
anyways.
step too far here.
And the code is
yeah, right. Because we already know where it's at.
Yeah.
So let's dial it back.
So I open it and then she comes in. The coach comes in at 5. So I'm like halfway done with the workout when she comes in and she just like helps me through the last part of it. And I'm out of there by like 5:30.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then cold plunge.
And then I cold plunge, which
I don't know if you
miserable.
know this. Matt knows a lot about cold plunging.
So I know
He's
this.
very into it.
He
so.
loves a cold plunge.
So,
So we were real about it yesterday.
well, we have one. We have a cold tub
Yeah.
at Elite. So like not just a plunge, like if
Like
you
the
wanna,
whole thing.
Yeah, the whole thing, the
Man.
whole shebang.
Yeah.
Got the hot tub, cold tub next to each other.
So you do some in the hot tub.
Contrast,
and then,
yeah.
I
I'm
don't
telling
know
you,
if I could get there yet.
we'll get real meatheadish here today.
That's fine.
We'll start talking about it
Yeah.
here in a little bit. I'll tell you the daily supplement list that we have to go
And
through.
you got to make sure you get protein
Actually, I
within
might make
15
I
minutes.
might. I'm going to make Bobby do that. I'm not
Yeah.
going to tell him I'm going to do it, but just wait till you hear his daily
Supplement intake.
supplement intake before like 10 a.m. We did have some SEC baseball, Alondra.
Yeah.
We didn't have the game that we kind of were staying up waiting for,
I
which
know.
was a big bummer.
It was.
But we did have 3 games go final in the SEC tournament. We had Alabama take care of Missouri 4-1. We had Oklahoma take down Kentucky 5-1. Kentucky 13 wins, projected to be a 3 seed before the tournament started. If you're the Wildcats, 13's typically the number, but that
Yeah.
was the number with 14 teams, not 16 teams.
Right.
Does Kentucky get in?
I don't know. I think you got to consider that they are in the SEC, though.
Yeah.
I don't know really how much whoever picks takes that into consideration, but they've been so hit or miss the entire season, and I think what were they, a projected 3?
Yeah, a 3 seed. Yep. Them Mississippi State, Oklahoma. There was like a handful of SEC 3 seeds.
Yeah. I think they barely slide in.
Yeah, I think they get in.
Yeah.
Again, the 13 wins, that's always what we kind of have pointed to. I do think the math has changed a little bit because there's 16 teams and how many teams from each league are going to get in. But
Yeah.
I do think Kentucky is going to be able to find their way as a 3 seed. And it's going to be a 3 seed that nobody wants to see
Yeah.
in the regional.
I wouldn't want to see Kentucky.
No, I wouldn't either. Florida takes care of South Carolina 11-3.
Bad look for Paul.
I mean, there's a lot of things. I had it pulled up. I'll have to pull it back up because I had it, and it kind of hurt me as I was reading it.
Yeah, there
for
was one
Paul
that I saw
Maneri.
too.
And I actually think it was our guys from SEC Unfiltered who we caught up with, Chris Phillips. Here, I've got it right here.
Yeah.
To close the book and sum it up on South Carolina's 2025 baseball season, most losses in program history at 29. The least amount of SEC wins ever with 6. Tied for the least SEC series wins with 1.
Ugh.
Second most runs allowed ever at 385.
No.
Fourth worst run difference, worst since 1951,
Paul.
minus 61. Worst SEC run difference, previous was minus 100. This one, so previous minus 100. This one minus 157. So you were 57 runs worse than you've ever been before. This is probably, and realizing what the SEC is, we get it. And again, you add two teams, one great team, one good team. It does kind of feel like maybe the worst season. I mean, it's hard to say those things out loud that they just did. And look, we love Paul Maneri here on this show. Paul was great to us while he was the coach of LSU. He was great to us after he was done. When he took the job, T-Bob and I were like, oh, man, I don't know if that goes sideways. What's that going to do to the legacy?
So I think what makes that worse, though, is that there's this quote from Paul Maneri after the season ended. I'm an optimist by nature, and I thought we had what it took to compete in this league, and obviously we didn't. I'm disappointed but not discouraged, which is what we were talking about, I think, last week when we were like, what do you mean you didn't know how competitive the SEC was? You coached in it for years.
And you coached in it, and you were still around like LSU, like helping out fundraising.
Yeah.
You knew what Jay needed.
Right, right. You helped Jay out his first season here. And to answer your question about affecting his legacy, I mean, I don't think so, only because of what you just said. Like, yeah, this was a terrible season, but we love Paul. You know, he's still going to be Paul Maneri to LSU fans. I don't know about the rest of the SEC, but here I think he's still going to be like loved and remembered for what he did for LSU. But man, that's a fall from grace.
Oh, I know it is, and his legacy. It's like hard, and this has happened to a lot of coaches. Like the first one that popped into my head, obviously, was Coach Miles.
Yeah.
And you could have whatever thought you want about Coach Miles, but that was somebody that helped me out. Was someone that gave me many, many opportunities to play running back in the SEC, right? And I always tell Jimbo Fisher like the same thing. But when he went to Kansas, it was like, oh no, don't do that. Don't go to Kansas. And then it turned out exactly. By the way, Cassie, your host, Hunt Palmer, still owes me a steak dinner because he said Kansas would not win a single Big 12 game with Les Miles as the head coach, and they won one. They beat Texas Tech. So today on the show,
I'll remind him about it.
Exactly. As soon as he asks you the first question, say, "Excuse me, sir. We're not talking about that. We're talking about." He's old. We're talking about
Mr.
you
Palmer.
owing Jake a steak dinner from Texas Tech beating
You got
Kansas.
to.
All right.
And he'll be caught off guard
You should do it.
because I know
Take
he's
it or
not
leave
up
it.
this early.
Take it or leave it.
Take it or
You know,
leave
Jake
it.
He
Dinner.
does take it or leave it. What is take it or leave it?
It's basically like ask the bench, but like
Okay.
we just ask Hunt. Like,
Yeah.
Would,
he didn't.
would
He
you
didn't
take
let.
this
He
or
didn't
would
let
you
y'all
leave
get
it?
involved.
So like
will,
the
but
producer's
I
the
don't
one that
usually-
asks the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Like,
enough.
hey Hunt, take it or leave it.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's some random.
Take it or leave it. Do you owe Jake a steak?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Do you owe
okay,
Jake a
yes.
steak dinner?
Perfect. Okay. I'm typically prepping for the other show during that, but when is that in the show?
It's the
It's at
last
the
segment.
Oh,
end of the show.
perfect.
Like,
Okay,
yeah.
I'll tune in
Right
for that
at,
today
like,
because he
2:50.
knows damn well he owes me a steak dinner from like 5 years ago now,
When-
maybe.
For what the?
Coach Miles in
Yeah.
Kansas beat Texas Tech. It had to be.
I think
like
that
5
was
years
a
ago.
while back. Yeah.
Had to be.
To me, it reminds me of Mac Brown. Even though like he was kind of
yeah.
mediocre at
Yeah.
UNC, that last year
True.
was bad.
True.
I think they finished tied for 10th in the ACC.
All right.
So-
We'll come up with a list because it's not just Coach Maneri.
No.
Les Miles is on that list. I do agree. Mac Brown is on that list. So, yeah, a lot of coaches, unfortunately.
Bill Belichick might be on that list.
Bill
we don't
Belichick's
see.
Gonna be on that list. It's disaster.
God.
Reports are my man's engaged now.
I did see that, and they're supposed to get married like Christmas time.
Bill.
Bill, talk about ruining a
That-
legacy.
And that young lady does not seem like someone who would be real interested in signing a prenup.
I
Right?
wouldn't.
I mean, I can't even blame her. Like, I'm not
I
hating on her. I'm
wouldn't.
just saying she doesn't seem like somebody that's going to be okay doing that.
No, absolutely not.
Bill.
Bill.
And Bill, like your sons are right there with you coaching.
Yeah,
Like, they are like, hey, Pops.
there's some memes.
Pops. Like,
Oh, I'm sure the Suns are like,
Mm.
wake up.
good luck.
Godspeed.
Good luck. Yeah. Better you than me. All right. We'll take a break. We got Bobby Carpenter about 15 minutes from now. We'll maybe get to some of those SEC tournament baseball scores. Also, Alondra's watching the ACC tournament. I'm very proud of her because if I've got to watch it for off campus, by God, she's got to watch it as well. There was a big kind of upset to one of the bubble teams in the ACC, so we'll cover that coming back your way here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to pelicanroof.com, pelicanroof.com, and a couple things we want to remind you about with Pelican Roof, okay? So don't forget about the financing that they offer. 0 interest for up to 21 months for qualified applicants. Also at pelicanroof.com, you go there because they are growing their Baton Rouge team and looking to hire 10 new sales reps during the month of May, and they are paying up to $10,000 signing bonus, and applicants can apply. Again, pelicanroof.com/careers. They're also giving away a free roof to a mother in need. They are collecting nominees during the month of May, so you still got some time left, and they're going to announce a winner on June the 2nd. To nominate, people can go to pelicanroof.com/contestants or contest. Sorry. So pelicanroof.com/contest. And then you can always go to pelicanroof.com. Don't forget about that instant quote tool, top right corner of the website. One more time, pelicanroof.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief: our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet.
Welcome back to Off the Bench.
Alondra, I keep waiting for big voice lady like to continue to say something
And it just
like add to it, and it's just like so blunt.
I know.
I'm like, oh, I'm supposed to go now. Microphone's on. But also,
just let the music ride.
Well, I'm always going to let that happen. Anyways, I'm trying to figure out a couple things in the chat. I figured it out now. So they were talking about somebody in the chat, and our guy Daniel Blunt got mixed up. We thought they were talking about my guy Bill Bender. He said that's Jake's go-to, which it is. I love Bill. He said, love the dude, but he does look like the robot from Futurama. And now I can't unsee it.
Wait, I need to see this guy. I've seen Bill Bender. I need to see the robot.
Yeah. And Bill's picture that we use, that everybody uses, I'm not saying Bill doesn't totally look like that, but it's like the most, gosh, I don't even know what word to use.
He kind of does look like the robot.
Bill doesn't look like the picture in real life, but the picture, yes.
Yeah.
But, I mean, Bill's great, though. Great human being.
He's
I
awesome.
could call Bill like right now and be like, hey, Bill, 7:30 Central Time, you down? Oh, absolutely. Give me a call. And the dude stays on interviews all day long.
Really?
Yeah. He blocks out like 7 a.m. to 3 p.m.
Just for interviews.
Just for interviews.
That's crazy.
Yeah, because he's a writer, but he's like, look, that's how I get my work out there, and he understands the game, and then
Fair.
he turns into a lacrosse coach after that. So shout out to my guy, Bill Bender. No, he's not coming on. That's Bobby Carpenter. That's coming on, and nobody's ever confused Bill and Bobby Carpenter, but Bill is friends with Bobby, so I'll make sure that he knows y'all confused the two. All right, ACC baseball tournament real quick. We're not doing a deep dive into this, but I did think it was important to point out a couple of the scores because there's a couple of bubble teams in the ACC, and certainly the ACC is the only conference right now that anybody would even put up next to some of the teams in the SEC. You had Virginia Tech take care of Stanford 7-4. It was Pitt and Louisville 13-11. Actually, it was a really fun game watching that one during off campus yesterday. And then you had one that Alondra watched, went to sleep, woke up, and watched again. Boston College takes care of Notre Dame 5-4 in 10 innings. I want to get back to that game, but Cal all over Miami 12-2 early in the day. Miami also one of those bubble teams, and why I'm pointing this out, they were projected to be in Baton Rouge to play LSU in their regional as a 3 seed, and there were some people like, hold up, like, I know Miami's not right now the Miami that anybody my age knows. They did miss a tournament last year. They were supposed to be much better this year. 31-24 overall, 15-14 in the ACC. Again, the ACC is probably the second best conference in the totality of top to bottom in college baseball. 15-14 probably still gets you in, I would assume, but you can't be losing the Cal 12-2. Who has a 9-21 record in the ACC.
Not a good look at all, especially in the tournament. Getting run ruled in the tournament,
Oof.
Not a good look. But I do think that in a conference like the ACC, that 15 conference wins will get you in. So the one that I saw, it was a 2 seed for the Baton Rouge Regional, but everybody has different
For
stuff.
Miami?
For Miami.
Oh, wow, because the one I saw, Arizona was the 2 seed, which would be a great storyline with Jay
So,
obviously being in Arizona.
Yeah, the one that I'm looking at, which I think is USA Today, that does it, because USA Today, Baseball America, and D1 all do like the polls and the rankings and all that.
Yeah.
So they had Miami as a 2 seed, Southeastern as a 3, and then Bryant as a 4, and then they had Arizona going to the Fayetteville Regional. But I mean, it's all whatever until we get there. But yes, can't be losing to Cal by a run rule in your tournament.
No, and so we'll see, and that's why we always talk about conference tournaments. It's like, okay, well, what can you lose? What can you gain? A lot of times you have more to gain than you do to actually lose. But a team on the bubble, you don't want to lose, and you don't want to lose to a team like Cal with the record they have. It's not a quality loss. Now, you can go on a run and improve your resume, so we'll see if this one actually hurts Miami. We talked about Kentucky a little bit earlier in the SEC. Have they done enough to be able to get in? Notre Dame, if we're staying with the ACC, have they done enough to get in? They were a team that was on the bubble, outside looking in a lot of places, maybe the last 4 in, which we talked about. I think we talked about on this show. I can't remember. When you're the last 4 in, it's really like you're the first 4 out because you're going to have bid stealers.
Yeah.
Like, people are going to come steal your bid because they win their conference tournament and you didn't have them in the tournament. So that team that was supposed to win the tournament is going to get in that large bid, and it's not going to be you. And Notre Dame goes down 5-4 to a bad Boston College team. Boston College 11-19 in the ACC. Notre Dame losing record in the ACC, 32-21 overall. The Fighting Irish might be on the outside looking in now.
I think they will be, only because was telling you earlier, I did watch the game last night, and their head coach was saying, like, man, we want to keep playing. Hopefully we win this game so that we get further into the tournament and show the committee that we can go into the tournament. I don't think that a losing record in conference play is helpful at all. And then losing to Boston College last night in extra innings, not going to help your case at all, because you can't go deeper into the tournament. You can't show the committee anything anymore.
No, man.
You might be on the outside.
Yeah, I think there's going to be some proud programs. Notre Dame certainly one of those. Miami, one of those. Some ACC teams that they might have half-stepped. They might have, allowed a Kentucky to solidify themselves, even though Kentucky didn't. Because if you go out there and you continue to win and you better your resume, maybe you're the team that gets in. Maybe the SEC team doesn't get in, but you did not take care of business. So we've got games coming up early today. There is a ton of first pitches that are going to be like in 30 minutes from now. Alondra, what time did you say that the A&M Mississippi State game was going to be? 9:30 Central?
Yeah, Central.
All right, so we'll be able to catch some of that here on air. We've got, again, a ton of games that are starting at 8 a.m. in the ACC and some of the other. I know Coosa's got one starting at 8 a.m. Big 12 gets started. Game number 1, they did not play yesterday. So I believe the first game in the Big 12 is 9 a.m. local time, Arizona State and BYU. All right, let's go full meathead. When we come back, our guy Bobby Carpenter will join us to do just that, because we have 16 days to put the all meathead team together in the Phil Steele College Football Magazine. They allow us, it's going to be the third year in a row, to pick every position. Starting 22, all meathead team. We're going to start to throw some names around. We want to hear some names from you in the chat as well. Let's don't be too big of homers here, okay? It can be some LSU guys. Like, any meathead team is going to have Whit Weeks on it. That's the obvious. But throw some other names inside the Bayou 4 chat. Hit us up on YouTube as well. Search 1045 ESPN. We'll be live right there. And Bobby Carpenter when we come back here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Or go to allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com. So a lot of schools got let out yesterday. I know a lot are today. Some, sorry, you have to go until Friday. But I bring that up to say that summer vacation is getting started. Maybe you're not going far off for a week and, going to Orlando or anything like that. Maybe you're like me, where you've got to drive to baseball tournaments coming up this weekend. And maybe you're going to have some extra equipment. You've got the huge stroller, right, for the siblings. You've got the ice chest. You've got the bat bags. You've got all the gear, and you need something bigger. That is where you can call Miss Lisa Sessions today. She's going to make sure you can have, Sequoia. Maybe you want a Tundra, a Tacoma, a Sienna, whatever it might be. Everything that they offer new, everything they offer as far as leasing, they offer in the rental department as well. Go to allstartoyotaofbatonrouge.com.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
These ice cubes could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they cradle and cool the crisp, refreshing. Dos Equis. Nicely done, Ice Cubes.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews.
This is Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back in. It is OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. It is now time to welcome on my meathead brethren, Mr. Bobby Carpenter, Morning Juice up there in Columbus, Ohio. Of course, with me on Sirius XM, always on Channel 84. You can hear him with us on Meathead Radio. You can hear him on the weekends with our guy Chris Plank as well. Bob, what's going on, sir? How we doing?
Oh, it's great to hear from you, sir. You know, I mean, I'm just concerned how you're doing this first week without T-Bob, man.
You know, it's lonely up here on this island because, well, you know that my co-host, Matt Flynn, starting on June the 2nd. You know Flinner as well, and so it's not shocking that he would leave me by myself here for 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's a bummer. We couldn't figure out some better timeline. You know, I mean, you're a big logistics guy, Esther.
Yeah.
Football's all about efficiency. Like, you're not going to come out of the game without somebody else being ready to go in for you. Like, the coach, you just don't run off the field. Like, what are you doing over here? Like, oh, I'm tired. Like, no. We'll tell you. We'll get the stuff. We send the stuff in for you. And apparently, T-Bob didn't get that memo.
No, I mean, he did once snap a ball to a quarterback that wasn't ready, which actually it won LSU the game. But, yeah, he snapped the ball. I guess we weren't ready because we thought we had more time. We didn't have more time. The clock hit 000, but it's okay. We are making our way because that's just what meatheads do. We find a way, Bob, and so that's what we're going to do for the next 2 weeks. I got a lot of meathead questions because as I laid out today's show, I didn't really even mean for it to, but when I reached out to you this morning, I'm like, oh my gosh, we have Bobby on. We have Blake Baker, the defensive coordinator for LSU. He played linebacker in college, meathead. Mikey Matuk, if a baseball player could ever be a meathead, it's my guy Mikey. And then Flynn is going to come on here later on at 9. Like, today turned into a total meathead show. So I'm going to ask you, which every card-carrying member of Meathead Nation should know this off the top of his head. How many supplements do we take a day?
How many supplements do I take a day? I'm going to be honest. As I've really, I get on like some testosterone, some hormone replacement stuff, and that's kind of a once-a-week deal. I mean, I'm a man. I'm probably 42 this year. Like, I'm cool with it. Like, I'm understand my body is broken and falling apart. I've tried to lay back off the creatine. So I eat so much red meat, and I get my blood work done like once every 4 to 6 months. And like, my levels are so high, it's like I don't want to just destroy my kidneys, because that, in combination with, usually some heavy recreational drinking on the weekends, it's just a lot, And so, while I am a meathead, I don't want to end up on dialysis at some point in the future. So I do take like a supplement packet that they have. Like, what the Ultimate Meathead is? I go through the Ohio State facility, you know, like they've got the team vitamins and this and that, like what those guys take. I'm like, I'm going to take that, you know. My wife said, you should take magnesium. I said, well, hold on. Let me see what's in this little baggie here that they make, Ohio State Recovery 1. Oh, look, magnesium, cherry tarts, like some sort of B vitamins. Like all those things are already in there. So what all do I take? I mean, a number of things like that. And
sounds like what don't you take?
Well, and that's the thing. The only thing I don't take anymore is like a scoop of creatine, and then I will have some protein powder from time to time, and then I do have some amino acids. You know, if I'm like you, so you're running around, you got the kids go on a million things, and I'm like, gosh, I don't ever want to be people that have, you know, they complain like, man, I can't eat well. I'm like, you don't eat well because you're not prepared. And there's times where I know that I'm not going to be able to have like the nice, nutritious meal that I would like. I've lifted, I'm running around, you know, I'm starving. So, okay, I got a little amino acid packet. Maybe I've got a little stash of beef jerky in the center console of my truck. So I'm going to pop that out, and that's going to also help supplement everything.
I knew you'd have an answer ready to go. It was even better than I thought it would be, Bob. And look, I think we all need to be on the supplements that you're on there. And I also need to go steal mine from LSU like you steal yours from Ohio State.
Well, hey, you know those RTDs, man. You got a son that's a D lineman. So do I. Like, I miss the days of like when it was a challenge to see how many calories I could ingest on a daily basis.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, dude, I tell my son, like, hey, these RTDs, they're like, why don't you drink them? I'm like, because, dude, if I drank those, I would be 300 pounds. You're trying to get to 300 pounds. So, like, you keep working on that because your body's like a raging incinerator. My metabolism now is like a lighter. So I don't burn nearly as much as you do.
Oh, that's very well said, Bob. I literally couldn't say it any better. Let's keep the meathead theme going. You and I have, as I texted you, we have 16 days for Phil Steele's College Football Magazine to give our all meathead team. And this is the third year in a row he's allowed us to do this. The first year, though, that we won't have Utah quarterback Cam Rising as QB1 on the all meathead team. And honestly, last year he disappointed us. Like, you can be a meathead, and the reason he was the QB1 because of the style that he played with, but you can't make the club in the tub. You can't be a meathead and miss as many games as he did. So even if he was coming back for his 17th college football season, he wouldn't be on the all meathead team. So who are we looking at? Like, who are some names that we're looking at? It can be quarterback. It can be other positions that you know right now without a doubt they're already on the team.
I mean, we talked a little bit about it Monday. I mean, it feels like James King is the leader in the clubhouse because when you brought up Cam Rising, I'm like, who, when I watched the film, looks like Cam Rising when they're playing football? That's James King. And, like, he's a guy that, you know, is at Georgia Tech, so he's not at, you know, obviously the most prominent school in his state, but you watch how he played against Georgia, you watch how he played against Miami, just a reckless abandon for his body. I mean, the dude will pull it down on like 3rd and 8, and you're like, what are you doing? And then he runs through like 3 tackles and stretches to get the first down. You're like, all right, I mean, you had a better plan for that than I did. So I'm going to say that he's probably the leader in the clubhouse. So that I'm going to have to go back and like look at some other quarterbacks. You know, honestly, I'm kind of jaded just watching, you know, how he plays the game and how aggressive he is there. I was looking at some defensive linemen, and there was a guy that really caught my attention. I feel like some schools, like, you just need to have a dude from there, like one of these positions. And Aaron Graves at Iowa for an interior defensive lineman. I mean, when you hear the guy has his hand usage is among the best in the country, and that skill stems from a dominant high school wrestling background, like, if you're a wrestler and a defensive or offensive lineman, like, dude, you've got one foot on the meathead podium already for that position. And so Aaron Graves is a dude that I was looking at. I was like, man, like, tough run stuffer, athletic. He can rush the passer. So I'm not going to hold that against him just because he's that skilled. But dude, when you're like just big time high school wrestler, and people say you got strong, heavy hands, like, that just screams meathead to me.
Yeah, there's no question about that. Like you said, Iowa interior defensive lineman, like all that checks, and then you throw in the wrestling background for sure. Last year, I'm trying to think what Buckeyes we had on the list. Like, I know Jack Sawyer was on the list. I don't even have to look at it because, like, Jack Sawyer's a meathead. Any Buckeyes that you want to go ahead and nominate for the all meathead team? Again, we've got 2 weeks left here.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough. Like, I'm gonna have to like grind on this a little more.
You should know the roster. You're probably going to lay down on a bench next to the guys like as soon as we get off here.
like Carson Hinsman, the center, he played 2 years ago as center. Last year they brought in something like when he sat, but like people view like being a meathead like you're just a rage control animal. But he sat there and learned from Stephanie Lock on stuff like this. He's way stronger and more physical than me, but Steph is a little more skilled, so he learned. All guys get hurt. Next thing you know, he's starting at center. And dude, if you go watch, the push that he was able to be a part of at like the Penn State game, they're driving out because there's nothing better, Hester, than taking a knee in 4-minute offense, like getting the ball back and just 3-4 first downs and then kneeing it out. So
That's football utopia.
Oh yeah, and then you go watch some of they're playing Texas, they're playing Oregon. Like, dude, he's the tip of the spear at center and like putting a dent in the middle of that defensive line. He's a dude from Wisconsin, like grew up on a farm. Talking about NIL, like maybe I want to help my dad buy the farm beside our farm for more farmland. Is
this Ben Hartsock? What are you doing?
Yeah, it's like Ben Hartsock at center, which in today's game Ben Hartsock might have been.
He actually would, yeah.
So like I look at him and like he's a good guy that is someone who embodies that. The thing is, I mean, this has like they lost 2 good running backs, and both of those guys, and Travion Henderson and Quinshawn Judkins, like if you're going to be a meathead at running back, you've got to block. And like you go watch the highlights of those dudes blocking in pass pro and blocking for each other. They were awesome, but they're both gone. And so I've got to see a little bit more from some of these guys before I can say like, hey, I think that you're going to fill in nicely and I'm going to slide you into that meathead role because like you've got to prove it out there on the field. So when you lose like 14 guys, it's hard to say like this guy's a proven meathead out there, they can get it done.
We were talking about LSU's defense, Bob, and like they have 4 or 5 guys that would certainly fall into the meathead category. Like Whit Weeks is going to be on the team.
Yeah.
But Flynn was asking this question, and I wish he was here to ask you himself, but I'll throw it out there. LSU could have like 4 or 5 like thrown off white boy psycho guys on their defense. Is that one too many? Can you have too many of those? Because it feels like the line should be set at 3. They might have 4 or 5.
Yeah, it's
you don't want a check milk situation. Like you don't want that.
The check milk, as long as you can. I say as long as you can run a little bit. Like I'm fine with whatever. So you got to have dudes that can still run, and if they can run, and then the other thing is you got to have someone out there that can be like the ringmaster that keeps them under control, kind of like the lion tamer, if you will, or tiger tamer in this case, because you get too many of those guys, and they kind of feed off of each other. And it's like piranhas when they start eating, and that's when you get like the late 15-yard penalty. Someone's kind of holding a guy up. And now back when we played, like dude, it was the echo of the whistle. That's not really a thing anymore. Like, they're going to call you for a 15-yarder or maybe some targeting. Like, so here's the good news. You can tell your boy that the fact that there's essentially 4 or 5, that doesn't take into account all of the halves or games that they could miss for potential targeting. So you may only have 3 up at any given point in time.
Oh, that's fair enough. That's probably something that will happen. We've got LSU's defensive coordinator Blake Baker joining us in like 15 minutes from now, so we can ask him that question as well. One more meathead nomination before I ask you about maybe the Buckeyes and the Big Ten. Diego Pavia at quarterback.
Ooh, he is intriguing because like he checks some of the boxes that you were talking about, like dude that's willing to run, maybe when it's ill-advised. Not a big slide guy. I like Diego Pavia, dude that'll put his team on his back. And, like, when he pulls it down, he forgets that he's a quarterback. He thinks that he's a running back.
Yes.
And, he also is on in a situation where, dude, he's asked to do that on a pretty good team.
All right, now let's get to some maybe big picture, Big Ten, just general college football stuff here. Obviously, your Buckeyes won a national championship, and obviously they lose 14 guys to Sunday, to the NFL draft, and more through probably undrafted free agents. So they have a lot to replace. Right now, Penn State is the one that everybody's kind of glazing and talking about how great Drew Allar's going to be, even though he didn't complete a pass to a receiver in a college football playoff semifinal, which still blows my mind. Right now for you, though, like where are the Buckeyes, and do you like Penn State as much as everybody else does?
I like Penn State's roster. I think they're very talented. Drew Allar's got to take that jump. As you mentioned, like he kind of took like a little baby step, but I forget who put out the article on ESPN with like the tiers of quarterbacks, and I think they had him in like the maybe tier 1B. I was like, maybe 1A. I was like, I don't know if I can get there with him yet. Like, he's shown some good things, but I gotta see that next step being able to be taken where like your team is winning because of you at points. And he made some plays last year, but they never really asked him to be the guy that they fully went all in on all the time. And part of it is too with Penn State is, I said James Franklin. I was talking to Bill Bender, our guy, about this, and he had an unbelievable stat with James Franklin. Like, in the course of his record, he has never lost to an unranked team. He is 29-0, but against like ranked opponents. So that's not top 10. That's like top 25.
Yeah.
I want to say he's got like a sub 500 record, and so the ability to win those perceived big games and come through and be able to get over the hump. It's a little bit like Lane Kiffin-esque in Ole Miss. Like, dude, we've had a lot of talent. You've been really good. Like, you've beaten most of the teams you're supposed to beat. Maybe you slip up here and there a little bit, but like, we've got to go see you kind of punch that thing and break on through Jim Morrison and the door style.
Yeah, I mean, if not now, then when for them? I mean, certainly Penn State needs to go out there, and if they truly are the team that we keep hearing that they're going to be, and also like they had a nice draw in the college football playoff as well. I don't want to besmirch the teams that they play, but they had a better draw than some teams, and then they weren't able to finish it and play for a championship there. So we will see if the Nittany Lions can actually live up to the hype that they're getting here in the offseason. Bob, you're the man. We appreciate it, sir. Keep throwing me some of those meathead names because, again, you know how we do. Because we are meatheads, it's going to be like 2 days away, and I'm going to be like, oh, my God, we forgot to turn this list in to Phil Steele. So just keep texting me the meathead names.
All right, and also tell your boy Twitter, like, listen, I don't know what's this arbitrary June date. Like, listen, if he wants to get in the game, tell him to get his butt down there and show up when the game time starts, all right?
Yes, thank you. And he's supposed to maybe come in later today, so we'll play that clip for him. And he's on QB1 time, Bob.
I mean, listen, when you're the quarterback, it's like the world revolves around you. Like, practice doesn't start till you're ready. I'll say real quick, we one time had so many quarterback injuries that we only had our starter and our scout team quarterback during the season, my senior year, and we actually flipped our practice because our quarterback had to leave early. Our scout team guy,
yeah,
he was like our fifth guy because he had class at like 5:30, and so we actually did like our special teams, individual, everything last so that we could get our work in with him. So that's how important Twitter is.
Well said. Well said. Bob, you're the man. We appreciate it, sir.
Have a good one, sir.
All right, there he is, Bobby Carpenter. You can catch him on the Morning Juice there in Columbus, also with me on Off Campus, and really throughout multiple shows on SiriusXM College Sports Radio Channel 84. All right, we'll wrap up hour number 1. We've got, again, Blake Baker joining us to kick off hour number 2, so stay locked in. It is OTB on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
All right, go to trashrangers.com, trashrangers.com. There on the website, you can sign up for residential service. You can sign up for commercial service. That's right there in the bottom portion of the website. And if you're one of the lucky ones, trust me when I say go ahead. Don't even think about it. Just do it, because you are fortunate to be able to have Trash Rangers pick up your trash. Reliable service, no yearly contracts, great low prices, no hidden fees. And also, this is my favorite part, they text you a reminder. Hey, guy, the trash is supposed to be out at the street. So you won't be like me pulling out of the driveway. See, everybody else has their cans out, and I've got to go run back to the house and try to drag this thing to the street before I come in studio. It happens far more often than I would like to admit, but it's not going to happen with you, because Trash Rangers is going to make sure that you get that text message, put your trash out. You can also call them today, 225-363-9053.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance, Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
When it comes to choosing energy for your family and your home, make the smart choice with natural gas. You can count on efficient and affordable natural gas to keep you comfortable and reduce your environmental impact to help protect our planet. Together, we're fueling our energy future. Atmos Energy.
Welcome back to Off the Bench.
All right, welcome back into OTB on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, 94.7 Alexandria, 11:30 a.m. The Tiger up in the Port City. We have yet to talk LSU softball. Obviously, very disappointing end to their season, losing to Southeastern Louisiana 2 different times. Nebraska moves on from the Baton Rouge Regional. I believe they're going to be taking on Tennessee now in Knoxville, and we've got a lot of stuff to get to and break down, and where the softball program kind of goes from here. But there was some news that I think, Alondra, we actually talked about, maybe Sunday night is when we talked about it, but it just became officially official, I believe, yesterday.
Yesterday, Sydney Berzon hit the transfer portal, which that's huge. Berzon obviously was the arm that Coach mostly relied on throughout basically her entire tenure here at LSU. And after this season, she accumulated a 2.2 ERA, 416 strikeouts, and 486 innings pitched. That's a lot of innings.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of strikeouts. So Sydney Berzon, your ace, obviously, and one of the best arms that Coach had this season and the season before. But, yeah, hitting the portal, I would be looking out for, I don't know, but I would look out for OU. Obviously, one of the biggest.
And you had, how much of that, and you played the game, so I'll throw this one to you. How much of that has to do with you had a freshman pitcher come in, you think, and didn't take over fully as your top go-to ace, but certainly kind of felt like maybe even the playing field?
It definitely evened the playing field, but I don't think that Jaden has too much to do with it. I think that Sid's been here 3 years, and she has done her job, and she's been a great pitcher and a great arm. But, I mean, you've lost 2 of your own regionals in the last 2 years. Yeah. To me,
and then when you lose to an in-state opponent, when you're the top dog in the state, that's always going to even heighten losing in your regional, not getting out. Like if you would have gone, Alondra, and you're playing in Nebraska, and you have this 6-5 game, and Jordy Ball,
Yeah.
and she's shutting you down at the end, and she hits a bomb. Okay, but it's the fact that who beat you? You didn't get to even the final of your regional.
Right.
That's why a lot of people are so upset about it.
Yeah, I mean, this weekend was very disappointing, to put it bluntly. Like, to lose to Southeastern twice at home, and you had a second chance versus UConn. You shut them out, but and the way that you lost, like, all the errors is what's, like, super disappointing to me. And then the management of the arms, I don't know. It was incredibly disappointing, but I think it doesn't have to do with the freshmen coming in. It probably has to do with you've been here 3 years and you haven't really won anything.
Yeah.
And you're a good arm, so she probably wants to go try to win something.
Yeah, and look, we'll continue to break down softball. Obviously, like I said, we hadn't gotten into it yet, maybe what the future of the program is going to look like. But when we come back here to kick off hour number 2, LSU defensive coordinator Blake Baker joins us here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to yourgoodwood.com, yourgoodwood.com. I'm still thinking about the read that T-Bob did for Your Goodwood on Friday. My goodness, that was some energy, to say the least. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'm not repeating it, but you can go back and listen and watch that read. It was electric, to say the least. But when you go to yourgoodwood.com, find a full list of services that they offer for you. Also, like, if you don't maybe see it for whatever reason, like you just don't see it on the homepage, that is okay, because you can pick up the phone, you give Goodwood a call. Hey, here's what I'm dealing with. Can you help me? And they're going to be able to get you on a better path for success. That number is going to be 225-4GD-WOOD. Again, when you go to the website, yourgoodwood.com, you can also see pricing as well. So the website is a great tool. I fully encourage you to go there. But also, pick up the phone, give them a call today, tell them what you're dealing with, 225-4GD-WOOD.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench.
This is what we have been waiting for. The hype is over.
Off the Bench.
Hey, they said I got to come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester.
Yo, and welcome back in. Hour number 2 of OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge, 94.7 ESPN in Alexandria, and 11:30 a.m. The Tiger up in the Port City. Going to be joined now by my guy, LSU defensive coordinator Blake Baker. Coach, always a pleasure. Hope you're doing well. Hope the daddy duties this morning went well. Also, because I know for me, anytime I get thrown into that role, I don't do it as well as my wife.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. I'm glad to be on, but yeah, I struggle with it. I have the utmost respect for moms that got to tote their kids around while their dads are working all day. So, but it went well. It went well. I appreciate you asking.
Yes, and now it's kind of like the calm before the storm for you because you get a little bit of time. But as we all know, like all the new players, most of them already on campus. That's just the way it kind of works out now. And then the ones that haven't gotten here yet, they'll be here very, very soon. So is this kind of like that last time that you get a chance to maybe do some of those things before it really gets started?
Yeah, absolutely. Like you said, I think between Friday and Saturday, we have 18 more guys coming on campus. So we still have 1 or 2 coaches out on the road. There's still some high schools finishing up with some spring games. But, yeah, this is absolutely kind of the last chance to get your ducks in a row before June starts. June, people always think that's the lightest month, but it's really quite opposite between camps, official visits, trying to get your own players ready for the season. It's quite a busy month.
So, Coach, when you have veteran players that are going to be coming into the program and they're also going to get here, it's not just high school guys in that number. And anytime you take a player out of the portal that's a veteran player, like you're counting on that person to help you in the fall. So what's the process like for those players compared to maybe the high school guys? Because they have been through the process. They have been through an off season. They know what summer school is all about. Like from the football side of thing, though, like how do you make sure that they kind of integrate themselves into the team, knowing that you're probably going to need them in the fall?
Yeah, I think Coach Blunt does a really good job integrating them right away into the veteran group when it comes to lifting and running. And then as coaches, like you said, they've usually played a lot of football. They're experienced, so you're moving at a quicker pace from an installation standpoint. Like we get a couple hours a week with our guys in the month of June, but usually you meet with those guys kind of separate and catch them up to speed really quick. With a freshman, you might be staying on day one install for 1 or 2 days, where it's basically like taking a mini-mester, I guess is probably the best way to put it in the academic sense.
So, Coach, you and I have talked about this before, and we've talked about it on the show before. You take over last year, and the defense certainly looked different. And, it was in the hundreds before you got here and finished, I think, total defense was somewhere in the 50s. So you made a big jump, big improvement. But as you look back, like what's something that you still want to continue to work on this year as you try to, even get to top 30, top 20, whatever that goal is for you, defense in the country, knowing you made such a big step last year?
Yeah, I think anytime you go back and you look at yourself, Scott, and what can you do better, just from a holistic standpoint, I think we got to continue understanding how to leverage the ball from all 3 levels of the defense, and then ultimately tackling, especially on the 3rd level. And I think when you look at spring, we tackled live tackle much more this spring than we did last spring, and I'm sure that was on purpose. But I think we got better at it, and we still have a ways to go. But that's, from a fundamental standpoint and a holistic standpoint, that's the number one thing. Number 2 thing is, even though we have a lot of new transfers, we still have a lot of guys that got a lot of reps last year for us. So they understand the scheme and how you fit into it, certainly much more than they did in year 1. So I think you're going to see a natural improvement from that standpoint as well.
Coach, you are some of those guys that maybe they were younger players last year, but they were out there on the field that you're kind of counting on to be the guy, to kind of be the general, to be the voice of reason there on the field, the guy that gets everybody in the right spot, the guy that gets everybody fired up, and the guy that, also himself can bring it on the field.
Yeah, I think, you got to start with having Harold Perkins back. I think it was the third game he got hurt, but he's just a natural leader for us. He brings a lot of energy, so definitely excited to have him back. But for some of the younger guys, you know, when you look at that freshman class, Dominic McKinley, Ahmad Bro, Deshaun Spears, Devon Keys, P.J. Woodland, Gabe Relaford. That's a good group of freshmen that played a ton of snaps for us last year. So it'll be interesting to see, you know, and like we, you know, continue to talk about, we integrated with some transfers. And, you know, we talk about, you know, before we bring in any of those guys, the number one thing our job is to do is to bring competitive depth. And so I think you're going to see some guys step up from a leadership standpoint and just from a competitive depth standpoint that maybe were kind of fringe guys for us last year.
All right, Coach, I got to ask you about our guy, Whit Weeks. I saw him, I think it's probably like 2 weeks ago, and I was like, hey, my guy, like, where are you at? Are you ready to go? And you know he gave like the, oh, don't worry, my guy, I'm going to be out there. And I was like, all right, well, good, Whit. I need you out there. Like, where is he at right now? And I know, obviously, in the bowl game, we were all – I mean, I'm calling the game, Blake, and I'm, like, holding my breath like, oh, my God, do not let that be something that's going to keep him out. Thankfully, it wasn't – you know, still had to go through – you know, an off season where he wasn't out there. Where's Whit at right now?
Yeah, I think we're all holding our breath. I honestly thought it was a knee when I walked out there on the field just because I saw him got bent back. But all things considered, it was the best case scenario. You know, he had a clean break and his deltoid ligament ended up tearing that. And that was kind of what probably made him miss spring. But I actually see him every single day. I'm down there trying to get the shoulder right, and he's much more further ahead than I am. He's doing really well. I mean, he talked about, you know, yesterday he was at full speed doing football drills, and more than anything, it's just a fatigue standpoint as far as the next day, you know, getting over that soreness just from using all those muscles and ligaments again. But he's dang near 100%.
And not just Whit. I mean, obviously now you're going to have 3 Weeks brothers on the team, but like Wes Weeks is somebody, Blake, that I thought like at the end of the year, and I know he had to kind of be careful. He wanted a red shirt. He was battling some injuries, but that's somebody that's not just, you know, going to be a special teams guy. Like that's somebody I know that you don't mind putting out there. And you're going to have some tough decisions when it comes to that room, like in a very, very good way. But like that's somebody that I don't think people appreciate, you know, what Wes Weeks can give you on the field.
Yeah, Wes was a guy, you know, even going after last spring, you know, 2 springs ago, I sat him down and viewed him as a starter, and he was honestly competing with Greg Penn for that starting role, and unfortunately, you know, did get banged up, but ended up working out in our favor, you know, as far as being able to redshirt him and having him back. But he had an outstanding spring. You could tell early on in spring, just kind of, even in bowl prep, knocking some of the rust off, but he's back to where he was pre-injury last year. So, you know, when we talk about tough decisions, it's a good thing. You know, last year we didn't necessarily have a lot of tough decisions to make from a depth standpoint. And our guys got to understand when you have really, really good depth, it's not a bad thing to only play 50 snaps instead of having to go out there and play 80. Especially, you know, when you talk about the longevity of the season, you know, with college football playoffs and whatnot.
Catching up with LSU defensive coordinator Blake Baker here on OTB, a new defensive line coach there for your defense, and somebody that we all know very well, but I know as a teammate in Kyle Williams, one of the most intense human beings that you can be around. I mean, I love listening to Kyle talk, getting guys fired up. He did it for us way back like in 2005. What is it like being, you know, having Kyle back? I know you have a relationship with Kyle before he got here as well. What's it been like seeing him kind of integrate himself as a D-line coach now?
It's really been seamless. I mean, it's really been quite impressive when you talk about, you know, all the intricacies of college football. Just not the X's and O's and the coaching part is the minimal as far as, you know, the adjustment, but the way he's picked it up in recruiting, the way he manages his room, he's really, really impressive. And the one thing that I love about Kyle is you know where you stand. He's pretty much a straight shooter, and I appreciate that. And I think he's done an outstanding job with our defensive tackles, and I think they're enjoying being able to get in the backfield and make some plays and doing some things differently. And, you know, you take a little bit from everything, you know, a little bit of everything from each coach you've had, but I can see those guys really gravitating towards the style of play that we want, and he's doing a fantastic job for us.
Yeah, I was actually going to ask you that because I know like every coach is going to like a different type of body type and a different skill set. but it does feel like the one that Kyle wants, and having conversations with him, knowing the player that he was, with what you're trying to get done on defense, like his coaching style, but also like kind of his mentality and when he was a player and what he tried to do, it does feel like it aligns really well with what you're trying to get done on defense.
Yeah, it was one of the first things when we sat down and kind of talked about this job opening. You know, he talked about how the NFL has changed over the years, and that's really kind of when his career took off, when he wasn't necessarily being a two-gap defensive lineman or a defensive lineman that's holding offensive linemen off linebackers, and he's able to use his speed and quickness. You know, that's what the game's evolved to, and that's what we want here, and that's what he views the game as. So it's all married up really well.
Coach, a couple more here, and we always appreciate the time. Any maybe younger player or a player that didn't necessarily go out there and start 12 games a year ago that in spring practice you were very impressed by, and maybe that you want to feature more, and you were pleasantly surprised in the spring? You're like, hey, we got to find a way to get this player integrated with maybe some more first-team reps.
Yeah, I think P.J. Woodland had an outstanding spring. Deshaun Spears, you know, I've been very vocal about there was nobody harder on Deshaun Spears than me last year. And that's just because of the potential that young man has, and to see him starting to really break through this spring, not only from a tackling standpoint, a physical standpoint, his leadership out on the back end. He had a really outstanding spring. Those two guys in particular, you know, Devon Keys, he ended up starting our last 4 games. I'm challenging him from a leadership standpoint. And then Gabe Relaford. Gabe Relaford had an outstanding spring. He's one of those guys when we talk about competitive depth. He's not going to lose his reps just because we brought in 3 seniors. You know, he's upped his game. The work that he's put in the weight room, he's changed his body. He's really worked on his flexibility. But those are 3 guys in particular I can see really taking a big role this season.
Yeah, and you mentioned Spears there. It does feel like, Blake, like that safety room is going to have a bunch of guys, young, old, everywhere in between, and there's going to be, you know, some opportunity for those players. And again, doesn't matter how old you are, where you came from, to earn some playing time. Like, is that maybe like the most open room as far as, hey, we're not naming anything, y'all got to go out there and get the job done, then we'll name some starters?
Absolutely. When you look at, like you said, there's a great mix of old and young. When you look at Jordan Gilbert, you look at A.J. Halsey, you know, those 2 guys playing a lot of snaps. Then you got Toviano, who's kind of bounced around in the secondary, but I thought he had a really good spring. Deshaun Spears is a young guy. You know, Mansour can go back there. Tamarcus Cooley, he had a really good spring, who's a sophomore. So I think that room is really improved from a personnel standpoint here in the last 6 months, and I cannot wait to see them on the field. And we talk about, you know, like I said 2 minutes ago, it's not about, you know, when we talk about competing, man, we want to strive together. Like, it's not pitting one against the other. Like, let's make each other better. And I think those guys all have that mindset.
A couple more, Coach. I lied to you earlier. Sorry.
You're good, man. You got a tough job now that T-Bob left you, man. 3 hours by yourself. Whatever you need, man. I'm here for you.
Oh, I appreciate that. And I got to give Coach a shout out, because we were at the ball field together on Saturday, and I'm like, yeah, I'm solo for the next 2 weeks. T-Bob Christian bailed on me. Flynn's not coming in until June the 2nd. And Coach, you were the man. He's like, yeah, hey, I got you. Just let me know anytime. And so I do appreciate it, because it's lonely up here on this desk, you know.
Yep, I hear you. I don't know how you do it. A lot of coffee.
Oh, a ton of coffee. I've got like 3 in front of me right now. Hey, any actually, I want to ask you this before I get to that last one. Today ended up being like a total meathead show, and I said that, and some people are like, wait a minute, you can't call these people meatheads. Will you please explain to the people, because that's what I am. We had Bobby Carpenter on. Yeah, we had Bobby Carpenter on earlier, Ohio State linebacker, total meathead. We got Mikey Matuk, baseball player version of a meathead. Coach, you're also in that category. Can you please explain to the people that is a term of endearment?
Absolutely. You know, it's quite the compliment. It means, you know, it's you kind of do what you're told and do it at 100 miles per hour until you hear stop. So I find it as quite the term of endearment.
Yeah, you hear stop, and then 3 seconds later you actually do it. You might get a 15-yarder. You're hoping you don't, but you might.
That's right.
Maybe
That's
you do.
Exactly right.
Oh, I know you said you got the busy schedule. I mean, we're not going to be able to get you anywhere with the family. Are you like me? So first weekend the kids are out. We've got a tournament in Broussard, Louisiana, and Crowley, Louisiana. That is how we're going to spend our first weekend out of school. Are you in the same boat, or do we get a chance to maybe get some time away from sports and just enjoy family before you get ramped up?
No, I'm like you. I believe we're headed to Hammond, Louisiana. So I learned real quick that baseball in South Louisiana is pretty serious. Yeah. So lot different than some of the other places I've been, but my boys are enjoying it. So we don't really get any time away until July.
Okay. All right, yeah. Hammond, USA. There you go. I'm headed to Crowley. You're headed to Hammond there, and good luck, Coach. Y'all got a great team. Y'all's coach. Shout out to Coach Ladd. Coach, my son's one of the best that there is, and so best of luck this weekend. And I appreciate you hopping on with me for 15 minutes since T-Bob was a bad teammate and left me early.
Hey, I think I ruffled his feathers when you asked me if he was a poodle, so I kind of feel bad for you, man. It's my fault.
No, you were right. T-Bob, you're a poodle.
Yep. Oh. He was actually probably out there interviewing for Barstool, talking about he was sick, man.
Oh, no doubt. That's it. Clip it. Send it to T-Bob. Ultimate poodle. T-Bob there. Blake, you're the man. Yep. I truly do appreciate you helping me out, filling some time here, giving us great insight to the LSU defense. And you said open invite, so we'll catch up again soon.
Yep, absolutely, man. Appreciate it, Hester. Have a good one.
All right, you as well. LSU defense coordinator Blake Baker. And all jokes aside, man, I do need to brag on Blake because we do see each other a ton at the baseball field, and his son is in the same age group as Memphis, and so we get a chance to chop it up. My man is like very involved, and it's great to see that these LSU coaches can, go out there and do their work, but also enjoy family time. But I was talking with him. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to be solo for 2 weeks, and then we got Flynn coming in on June the 2nd, and he's like, hey, I got you. Let me know next week. I will pop on. And so during a very busy time, because he said it, over the next 2 days, those players are going to start to come in, high school freshmen, guys out of the transfer portal. So we certainly appreciate Blake for hopping on with us and clip it. The ultimate poodle was definitely interviewing for Barstool when he said he was sick. Blake said it. We believe it. More OTB when we come back here, 104.5 ESPN.
Off the bench.
T-Bob's going to be so mad, but you know what? There's nothing he can do about it now. Nothing. Windy City boy. We love you, T. All right, go to getgordon.com. Getgordon.com is the website. Gordon McKernan Injury Attorneys. And right there on the homepage, you can have a chat. Bottom right corner. You see it up there if you're watching this on YouTube. That is going to pull up any question, any concern you might have. But a lot of different things you can do on the website, getgordon.com. You can see what they can do for you in the courtroom, what they've already done in the greater Baton Rouge area as well, past client results on the homepage. If you want to see what they're doing throughout the state of Louisiana in your local community, go to social media. It really doesn't matter. Like, all of them's going to be at Get Gordon. That's going to be the handle, and to see what they've got going on. And I say throughout Louisiana because that's where they are. They are top to bottom, east to west, everywhere in between. So if you want to get in contact with them, your area code in Louisiana, followed by 888-8888. Get Gordon and get it done.
There it is, the extra mile, on the border of expected and extraordinary, for those willing to go further, like vans customized for work or play, with safety and tech to keep you connected, supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team, and backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded, because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Savor game day platters and snacks, plus drink specials at 1717 Kitchen and Cocktail. So come out for game day and let our team make you the MVP. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam, and the
flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Luba Workers Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground.
Welcome back to Off the Bench.
Welcome back in. OTB 104.5, ESPN Baton Rouge. Some great comments inside the Bayou 4 chat. Of course, we were having a little fun there with Blake Baker at the end, and he did call T-Bob a poodle for being out sick a couple of weeks ago, and then he said, well, actually, maybe he's the ultimate poodle because maybe he was talking to Barstool while he said he was sick, and maybe that did happen. And Joey said, because we're talking about T-Bob, he might poop in your parking spot. Hey, Joey, you're my guy. But we know that we've been there, we've done that. That's already happened. Been through the car wash twice. The worst part about it is the more and more that we go down, and we're not going to go fully down
There's a rabbit hole.
It is. And Alondra keeps getting the tea and then sends me the tea, and it gets worse and worse and worse. And then the fact that we know who it is, like, I feel like more needs to be done. Like, he needs to come out in front of Guarantee Media. He can get like on a megaphone and just like apologize to everybody that had to see what he left behind, because it was an emergency. Okay. But in that state of emergency, there's multiple places like McDonald's, Sonic, dumpster behind that you could have, right? Okay. You couldn't help it. You had a countdown. You hit 000. It had to happen. Cool. Pick it up. Right?
Pick it up.
Pick it up.
At the least.
Like, okay, you had an emergency, dude. I mean, you got fully undressed in broad daylight in the middle of downtown.
8:45 a.m.
Just pick it up. Like, if you were in
it's just
a sane mindset and you weren't what we thought you were, just pick it up. Like, man, dude, I'm so, like, I had to go. It had to happen. Just pick it up.
My thing is it's just such insane behavior that I can't even wrap my mind around, like, the thought process. You know what I mean? Like, I can't put myself in this person's brain and be like, okay, I get it. I understand.
I can't either. I can't. Not with the other options that were available. And again, like, at the very bare minimum, no pun intended, because there was bare ass, like, you should pick it up. Because you knew what you were doing. You shouldn't leave the evidence behind. And now, like, guarantee had to make the awkward phone call to be like, hey, your employee did this. And I would have loved to have been on the other end of that call when they told him and tried to explain it. I'm sorry, he did what?
That's
and then had to
how it
continue to go into detail what happened.
Yeah. I feel like we should have got Landon on here.
Yeah, we probably should have. I don't know if you want to
Landon, come on.
Yeah, Landon, if you're listening, come on up.
I told Landon yesterday, I was like, we mentioned you on this show this past week way more times than we have any other time. Because he didn't let you in the door, and he was the hoe for it.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Very true. I'm actually glad he didn't let him in the door, but I'm just mad he pooped on my car. Daniel says Cassie must be so confused. I don't think so. I think everybody like in the building kind of knows what's going on.
Also,
right?
you really think Taylor didn't tell her about this?
Oh no, Taylor told me right away. As soon as he got the text, when was it, on Monday?
Yeah.
That like somebody pooped in the parking lot. He was like, "Oh, I'm running downstairs. Go check it out." I was like, "Why?"
I know. Like he couldn't
and
get
then took
down
a
there
picture
fast
of it.
enough. And then
No, he
spread the
didn't.
picture.
Sent it to
Oh
us.
yeah,
No, he
sent to
didn't.
everybody.
I was so mad that he sent us that picture.
No.
Like, I actually was genuinely mad that he sent that pic.
Like, you know the old meme where like the kid looks like he's about to like just explode, right? He's sitting in his desk. Like, that is Taylor once he finds out anything. Information. Like anything that he thinks can be a take.
Yeah.
That is how he reacts.
Yes. Like, red in the face.
Oh
needing
my God.
to get
Like,
it
couldn't
out.
help it. He probably like immediately like went to the bullpen there. It was like, oh my God, you're not gonna believe what happened.
It literally probably
Oh.
Cassie, is that not
Listen to
exactly
this.
how that
Exactly
went?
how it went.
Oh
Yeah.
God. Oh Tay-Tay.
He said Moose went with him, so
yeah,
Moose
Moose
is
was
as
right
much
there
of a
with him.
sicko as he is.
Oh yeah.
Moose went with him?
Yeah.
Y'all think Moose has on oversized jeans today for the pick?
Absolutely. That's oversized jeans.
Again, wear what is your brand? That's their brand.
Oversized jeans.
Look, if you were asking them, they'd be like, I bet Hester has a hoodie and a hat on, and I do. We're going headshots today in a hoodie and a hat.
I love it.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm going to wear, but we'll figure it out.
Don't be bougie.
I'm not going to be bougie.
I mean, show up to like, typically you'll wear like a vintage rock t-shirt.
Yeah, and like some. My
Hey,
jeans are
wear a
baggy too.
flannel.
Yeah, but mine are like cool baggy. Mine are like
yours are cool baggy.
Right.
Yeah, that's not like you went to Old Navy and got somebody else's jeans by mistake
Right.
and put them on.
No,
Yeah.
mine are meant to be baggy.
Yeah. Just the puddle at the bottom just drives me crazy.
Oh, there was a puddle on my jeans the other day because of
Wait, what? You're not gonna be able to finish that,
I'm
are
not
you?
because if T-Bob was here, this would go in a completely different direction. But my neighbor's pipe burst and nobody's came to fix it yet. So there's basically like a lake in the yard, and it's like the runoff is going on the sidewalk.
Right.
So I was wearing those jeans that I'm talking about the other day.
Yeah.
And it got it got the bottom of my jeans all wet. Sorry, I'm looking at the chat and people are wild, but
I know. Yeah, you're lucky T-Bob's not here.
so lucky.
Yeah, because he's a poodle.
Yeah.
As we found out.
Total poodle.
According to Blake Baker.
Major poodle energy.
Did you get a parking spot at your house, or is the Range Rover takeover still there?
The Range Rovers are still there. I need to exit out these comments, but the Range Rovers are still there. But they're a little better about it. They started parking 2 of them on the side. So now I only have to deal with 2 where I park.
All the Range Rovers.
Yeah,
I don't get
so
it.
many of them, and I don't understand why.
I don't get it either. LC State Farm inside the Bayou Ford chat. Jake, we got a little Cooper Road in him, Shreveport, hoodies and hats. Shout out to the Cooper Road. Shout out to the Cooper Road. And if you know about the Cooper Road, you know about the 3-1 great. And if you don't, sorry.
I don't know.
Actually, Hunt's from Shreveport. I'm not sure he knows about Cooper Road.
I don't know what Cooper Road is, but there's no chance Hunt knows about it.
There is 0 chance that he does. And that's not a shot, Hunt. That's just facts. All right, we are going to step away. Did not plan on that being the segment, but I mean, once you get cheeks on hood, you got to share it. We're going to come back with LSU baseball legend, longtime MLB player Mikey Matuk to break down LSU baseball, SEC baseball tournament, and we'll do it right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to coolprohvac.com. Coolprohvac.com. Right now, you do not, and I mean you do not want anything going on with your AC and with your unit. It would be the absolute worst time because we all know it is heating up. So if you think that you are due for a service, give them a call at 225-350-4397. But I would honestly encourage you, just sign up for the pro plan. $99. I mean, that's $99, and that's a one-time fee. And it does not matter how many units you have. Like, that's another important part of this. I mean, that is a incredible price, incredible value. Also, another thing, no dispatch fees, all right? Everybody has them. Cool Pro does not. 1 hour wait times, not 5, not 6, not 7 hours. 1 hour wait times, just another service you get with them. CoolProHVAC.com.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all, now and always, no paywall. It's free. LouisianaSports.net. Powered by 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Your home for Louisiana sports.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by Sunshine at sunequip.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
Looking for the ultimate game day experience? Come to the Queen Casino in Baton Rouge. Wall-to-wall TVs mean you'll see every touchdown in HD. Place your bets and feel the thrill of every play with our DraftKings Sportsbook. The Queen Casino, where every moment is a win.
Welcome back to Off the Bench.
Slip inside the eye of your mind. Don't you know you might find a better place to play?
All right, welcome back in. OTB here on a Wednesday morning. Very excited for our next conversation. LSU baseball legend Mikey Matuk joins us now. Mikey, man, always a pleasure. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing great, man. How are you doing? Good morning.
Yeah, doing fantastic, man. Just moving right along. It's turned into a little Meathead Wednesday here on the show, which we love, term of endearment. And so very excited. Yeah. Hey, I said this about you, and this is a compliment. You know this. If there was ever like a Meathead baseball player to have on a Meathead Wednesday, it's my guy, Mikey Matuk.
Well, if this makes you feel any better, I had chest and biceps today in my workout, so I feel good about it.
Exactly. See, I told the people that, and I can appreciate that, Mikey. So, again, man, we are fired up to have you on the show. SEC baseball tournament time. Before we get into the nitty-gritty and the Tigers and all that, how do you feel about the new format? Everybody makes the SEC tournament in single elimination.
So, I've kind of been mixed on this. I didn't really love it at first. I'll say this. I don't love everybody making it. I don't think that everybody deserves to make it. I haven't been a participation trophy type of guy. And look, the SEC is so deep. I think if there's 16 teams, probably 14 of those teams you could say has a legitimate chance of winning games there. I know A&M's struggling, but they can go and beat anybody.
Yep.
South Carolina and Missouri, obviously, they've had bad seasons, and I don't think they deserve to be there. But that's a new format. Single elimination, I don't mind it because it especially trying to make a regional, super regional, make a run to Omaha, it allows you to not really stress your bullpen, stress your roster more than you've done during the season. And so, and that aspect, I don't mind it. And then if you're a top 4 seed, it allows you to stay in your same routine as a 3-game series type thing. And so I like that part of it as well.
I know South Carolina, it's a tough conversation, and obviously for you, even tougher with Coach Maneri. And, I kind of went through this a little bit when Coach Miles took the Kansas job. It's like, man, I don't know how that's going to go. It's an uphill battle. And South Carolina season is certainly over now. And it's like a weird spot because, like, you want Coach Maneri to do really well. He was so good to us. And obviously you got a different relationship with him being a former player with him there. I hated to see how it went. And now, like, I'm wondering, like, what it's going to look like in the future.
Yeah, me and Coach have a really good relationship. I say this to a lot of people. The Coach Maneri I played for was a little different than the Coach Maneri at the back end of his career. Not saying he was a worse coach, but he was younger and he was trying to build a program, and he had to do a lot of things when he first got there to weed out some of the guys that maybe didn't fit his culture. And if we had our shower shoes wrong in our locker, we were running, and it was just that was the type of guy he was, and I respected that. I was a football guy my whole life, so I liked being coached hard, and that's kind of how he coached me. And so we grew really close, while I played, and especially after. And so we've become, really good friends. And I've talked to him periodically through the year, and it's been a grind and a battle for him. And it's similar to kind of his first year at LSU.
Yeah.
Where he had to kind of establish his culture and establish the way he wanted to go about things. But you never want to see him struggle. And, obviously, I know getting that one win against LSU was probably a big deal for him. I'm glad they didn't win the series. But, it's hard to watch him go through this. But anytime you go to a new place like that and you try to reestablish your culture, it's going to be a challenge. And, I think they announced today that he's going to be back next year. And so looking forward to seeing how he regroups next year and see how they rebound.
All right, Mikey, let's look at maybe LSU, and they're in a position where they got a double bye, and it's a different situation certainly than they were in a year ago. Like last year, they had to go to Hoover, man, and they had some work to do, and they make certainly a deep run, and it gets them to Chapel Hill, and they almost win that regional there. Like, what do you think, like, the mindset difference is? Like, when you go there and you're like, okay, we have to win baseball games. Like, we think we're in, but we need to improve on our resume. And then you've got a situation this year where I think even if you lose coming up here in a couple of days, then you're still going to be a top 8 seed. So, like, what's that mindset like? Because it's two totally different situations.
Correct. And look, LSU's in a really good spot this year. But last year, every game was a must-win, or at least the first couple games were must-wins. And so when you're in that situation, everybody's available, whether you're going to throw, if they had to win on Friday, Anderson's available, Ianson's available. Everybody's available because you got to get through that win. If it's important to win it and, pump up your resume and try to get into the regional. This year, it's a little different because they have the luxury of, I don't want to use the L word. I don't want to use the lock word, but it feels like it's very, very likely that they're going to be a top 8 national seed. And, whoever they play on Friday, win or lose, I don't think it's going to hurt their RPI. They're going to play a pretty high RPI team. And, I think it sets them up to where they can continue the same routine. You have Anderson throwing Friday. You have Ianson throwing Saturday if they win. Now, I think it is important for them to win the first game only because it allows the pitching staff and the lineup to kind of stay in rhythm.
Yeah.
Right. You allow Anderson to get his innings and to get his pitches, and you allow Ianson to do the same thing on Saturday. So I think winning that first game is important just for that aspect, just to keep those guys sharp for next weekend. I mean, we've seen what happened in Major League Baseball with the seeds, the wild card matchups. Those guys end up beating the top seeds the next round because they keep playing and they don't have that long break. And baseball is such a rhythm game and it's such a timing game, and that sometimes too much rest is not good. And so I think. To me, look, they want to go in there and they want to win it. We talked to Jay earlier in the week, and every game they play, they're trying to win and they want to win the championship. But I think the more important thing is making sure they get at least 2 games so that these guys kind of stay sharp and stay in rhythm.
Catching up with our guy Mikey Matuk here on OTB. Remember, you can catch Mic'd Up on YouTube. Go to youtube.com/mic'd up to check that out. Does a great job Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That is 6 p.m. during the week, 1 p.m. there at the end of the week on Fridays. And Mikey, one of the things that I wanted to ask you about, because LSU and where they're at, if they take care of business even one game, like it's almost going to guarantee it, but the difference in playing at home in the postseason, like we saw last year, like that LSU team by the end of it, like they had found something, but they got to go on the road. They lose a heartbreaker to North Carolina. Just talk about the differences having a regional and a super regional inside the box, which just led the nation in attendance by a lot. Like it wasn't even close compared to going on the road.
Yeah, it's pivotal. Obviously playing at Alex Box, you get the crowd. And I was, it's been very unfortunate this year because the 2 big series that they had at home, you had the rain delays and you didn't get to start till almost 10 o'clock. And so, in a fan's perspective, you didn't get the opportunity to really experience as a player's perspective. You had, it was still rowdy and it was still fun, but it wasn't the 13,000 like it should be in those types of games. And then, so playing at home and having the crowd behind you obviously helps. It gives you an extra edge. It's hard for teams to come in to LSU and beat them. The magic of Alex Fox is real, and you saw it. In the Tennessee game, we saw it a little bit with Arkansas. When it gets down in the 7th, 8th, 9th innings, those are really hard outs to get when you're playing at home and the visiting team's coming in. So I think it's extremely important. And look, LSU has gone on the road and played some tough teams on the road, and they haven't won those road series. Not saying they can't, not saying they're good enough. They're not good enough to do it, but playing at home, you get a little bit more leeway and you get a little bit more room for error because you have the home crowd behind you. And I think it's extremely important. And selfishly, I want them to be home all the way through because, that's more baseball we get to watch.
Mikey, what about the makeup of this LSU team? And to have 2 frontline starters in Cade Anderson and Anthony Ianson, and the way that they go out there every single time, they're going to give you a great opportunity. When you look at a regional format, a super regional format, right? Having that as your 1-2 punch is always going to play. But what are some things like right now that you still want to see from LSU baseball that you need to see maybe go up a tick, go up a notch before they head into the postseason?
Yeah, look, I think that's the best 1-2 punch in the country.
Yeah.
Obviously, Cade Anderson is mock drafts have him in the top 5 overall in the draft, which I, completely agree with. I think he's one of the best left-handed, one of the best pitchers in the country. But if you look at Ianson's numbers, his numbers are better than Anderson.
Yeah.
He had a sub-3 ERA in SEC play. He has a sub-3 ERA for the year. He's been as consistent as you can be. And so with those 2 guys, I think you can win any game on the mound. But then you have to worry about the game 3. If you go to a game 3, who's your game 3 starter? I think what's been very encouraging throughout the course of the last month has been Chase Shores.
Yeah.
It feels like Chase Shores is kind of figuring it out. I talked to his dad a little bit at one of the tailgates a few weeks ago, and he said there was one pitch where he broke off the slider and he threw it down away, and he kind of threw with some conviction. And ever since that, it felt like he's really finally trusted his arm that it was fully healthy.
Yeah.
And ever since that outing, he has been really, really good. A lot of people look at, you're coming off of Tommy John. His velocity is really good. Why is he struggling? And I think what people don't realize when you come off of Tommy John, it's not necessarily the fastball that worries the pitcher, it's the breaking ball.
Right.
That stresses the elbow a lot more than the fastball. And so I think you saw early in the year, he was kind of, yanking his breaking ball. He wasn't really trusting it. And you haven't seen that over the last 4 or 5 outings from him. So I think he's definitely one of the aces in the hole for us. I don't know if they're going to move him back into that starter role. But, for me, I want to see somebody step up and be a guy that can give you 4, 5, 6 innings in that third starter role. And then I want to see Zach Collins. Zach Collins has been great all year. He's had a couple of rough outings his last few times out, but I want to see him get back sharp and get back to where he needs to be. And look, some of those other young guys are starting to kind of grow up. Cooper Williams has been really good out the pen. Lefty guy. He seems like he's that first lefty out of the pen when it comes to a matchup. Jaden Newt's been really good, and Maverick Grizzly's been really good. So I want to see those 3 guys continue to progress because you're going to have to rely. You can't just rely on 1 or 2 guys. There's going to be a game where you're going to have to rely on your 4th, 5th, 6th guy out of the bullpen to get you big outs. And so I think if there's anything that I want to see more, I want to see continue to see the consistency from those other guys moving into the tournament, into the regional.
And Mikey, last one. And again, man, we truly do appreciate the time. What would you do with Kason Evans? Like, would you not even define his role in the postseason because, he's a freshman, certainly doesn't have a freshman mentality. Would it be a situation where, hey, we're going to wait, maybe you start a game, maybe you come in and close the door? Certainly if you've already used Zach Cowan kind of in that role, would you just kind of leave him up in the air as far as, hey, we'll use you when we need you the most?
Yeah, I think that's probably the best move. We did that a little bit in 2009 with Lewis Coleman to start the season. Coleman would close a game if he had to, and if we didn't need him Friday or Saturday, he would start Sunday. Maneri quickly realized, okay, this guy's going to start Friday because he's the best guy we've got. And so I think Kason Evans is going to be in that same role right now. I think if you have an opportunity to close the game out on Friday or Saturday and you've already used Cowan, I think you're going to use Evans to get that win. If the game's kind of out of hand and LSU wins, or even if they're losing and if you don't want to waste time, I think that you may see him on Sunday get that start. But I think that they're going to use him out of the bullpen. He's been more effective this year out of the bullpen, the back end. When he's coming out the pen, he's upper 90s. When he's starting, he's low to mid 90s. And so I think his stuff plays a little bit more explosively out of the back end of the bullpen. So I think you're going to see him that way. I think Jay wants to use him out of the pen. I don't think Jay would rather not start him right now. Now he'll be a starter here at LSU and next year and the year after that. But for this team and the way it's structured, I think, hey, if we need him, use him. No matter if it's in the 9th inning or if it's in the 1st inning as a starter, I think that's kind of the way they're going to move with him. And I love him. I love his competitiveness. He was a shortstop in high school, and you can tell that's kind of the way he pitches.
Hey, Mikey, man, fantastic stuff as always. We, again, truly appreciate the time, certainly after a nice little workout here on a Meathead Wednesday. So we'll have to do this again soon, man. Really do appreciate it.
Man, anytime. I love coming on the show, and y'all do a great job, man. And if you talk to T-Bob, tell him I said congratulations.
Absolutely will do, man. We'll get that done. He's a poodle for skipping out on us, but, yeah, we'll get that done.
Yeah, well, you know what? He's great at what he does, and he's going to be missed, but I know you're going to be able to take the reins, and y'all going to keep rolling.
Appreciate it, brother. Have a good day, man.
All right, man. You too.
All right, the great Mikey Mata, good enough to join us here. Remember, check out his show, Mic'd Up, on YouTube. That is during the week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Monday and Wednesday at 6 p.m., Friday at 1 p.m. He does that with our boy, LaLloyd. All right, we will step away. I think, actually, the person who's supposed to be the new co-host of the show, Matt Flynn, is going to join us in 10 minutes from now. I saw Alondra's look. I kind of have the same look. Will it happen? Maybe. Kind of. Sort of. We'll see here on OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go to boudreauxelectrical.com, boudreauxelectrical.com. We talked about it earlier when we were talking about, your HVAC system going out this time of year and how miserable that would be. Just imagine if your whole home just lost power for whatever reason. I mean, we got crazy weather here in the summertime in South Louisiana, but if you have that whole home generator ready to go, as soon as that happens, it fires up and you do not miss a beat. So go to boudroselectrical.com. You can get more information there. You can get a quote top right corner of the website. You can also pick up the phone and give them a call. Like, hey, let's talk this thing out. Let's talk about our different options that we have. North Shore, 985-397-1562. In the greater Baton Rouge area, the number is 225-300-9389. Because again, like, you want to make sure that you have a plan. You are ready to go. So go to boudroselectrical.com. More power, more protection.
At Atmos Energy, our smart choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Ochsner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Ochsner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Ochsner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet
is off the bench.
All right, welcome back in OTB here on this Wednesday morning. I just had to change my password on X, Twitter, whatever you want to call it, and it is like 17 steps to confirm that it's me. It's a lot.
Yeah, they went from like 2 FA to like just all the FAs, all the authorizations.
I mean, save this code in a safe place. You save this code.
Nowhere safe.
I don't know. Look, it's not that big
Someone
of a deal.
got my debit card number somehow. I had to get a new debit card.
Me too.
It happened to my mom too.
I kept seeing these $29.99 charges from like these random like credit cards, like these like bad credit cards.
Yeah.
Like $29.99, $29.99. I was like, what in the hell?
Someone tried to spend like $600 and something at Walmart.com on my debit card.
Yeah.
And my bank was like, this girl ain't buying $600 worth of stuff from Walmart.
Me, they'd be like, okay, he's feeding the kids. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it was, but Happened to my mom too, so
Well,
maybe
like,
something's.
okay, so that's part of the reason, like, I got in the car situation, and
Yeah.
right now, because I had to shut my card off and waiting to get a new one, so
Yeah.
I have Tap on my phone, like Apple Pay, but
Yeah.
car wash didn't have that, so like I was left with a crappy situation.
Did
on
you
the
go
front of
to
my
the
car.
new Benny's? The one that's like on.
Yeah.
Well,
One
yeah.
across from like Rouse's.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one on Perkins has Tap.
Mm.
Because I've had to do that before.
Yeah.
Because I forgot my purse and needed to go through it.
Yeah, this one did not.
Mm.
Or at least the guy said it did. And I was like, "Hey, Apple Pay." Held up my phone. He's like, "No." You gotta give me the.
He was probably lying.
He gave me the neck side,
Yeah.
the throat slash.
Yeah.
No.
He was probably lying.
Wasn't even anybody in line either.
Mm.
I don't know. And so the situation lasted much longer than it should have. All right, we are going to step away. I believe that we do have Matt Flynn in the building. So first surprise of the day is that he is here and he's ready to go. Again, this isn't like the official start of the new show or anything. He's normally here on Wednesday. He's got to take a headshot, so he's going to pop in, say what's up. We'll make fun of him like we always do. We'll do it right here on OTB.
Off the bench.
Or go to gotommies.com. That's GEAUX Tommies.com. That is the website for Tommy's windows, doors, and siding. And you go to the website, you'll clearly see the difference. And one of the best things about the website, it's got things they can do for you. Each actually has its own tab. So windows, doors, siding, they all have their own tab, right? But also like anything else they can do, other services that they can help you out with. So if you've got, gutter situation where you need to install some gutters, that's something they can do, right? If you need to change something, with your outdoor space that maybe you don't think that Tommy can handle, trust me, no, they can handle that as well. So go check all that out. Other services on their website, again, gotommies.com. Check out testimonials, past clients, gallery of work they can do for you, customize your job, just have them come out to your home, your project, whatever it might be. Gotommies.com.
At Bayou Automotive, we believe in a sales process that puts you first. We want you to experience an easy purchase with clear pricing and great service. Let Bayou Ford and Bayou Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram be your trusted partners in finding your perfect vehicle. The crew at Bayou Automotive is going to do right by you.
Man, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Bend Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets, from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology, from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
At Atmos Energy, our Smart Choice solutions help customers save energy and emissions with rebates up to $500 off high-efficiency natural gas appliances, smart thermostats, and weatherization upgrades. Together, we're fueling our energy future.
All-Star Toyota presents Off the Bench.
This is what we have been waiting for. The hype is over.
Off the Bench.
Hey, they said I gotta come off the bench.
Now, here's Jacob Hester.
All right, welcome back in. OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Jake, Alondra, Cassie here with you today, and I think Matt Flynn is going to join us. He didn't really come prepared. That's not very QB1 energy. You got two different sets of headphones. Hot mess.
What do you mean I didn't come prepared?
You didn't come prepared. Cassie set up the microphone. We had a chair for you. You didn't like the chair, so Cassie went and got another chair for you. And then you didn't have your headphones ready to go. Hey, you're a professional now.
I told you.
You have to have
I am not an
headphones.
amateur anymore. I need my chair.
She got you a chair. You know you're going to have to buy, like, actual headphones because you're going to need them. Like, you're going to need your own set.
This is the first time I've seen these ones. They were there was like 5 of them in a pile.
They were?
in there.
And they
all
were all
tangled
tangled.
up. All tangled up. Got this one, though.
Mm-hmm.
This one, I've never seen this one either.
Well, we got in trouble for...
Definitely buy your own, though.
Yeah, and don't keep them here. They'll walk away.
Yeah.
It's a write-off.
Yeah. Oh,
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't keep them here, really?
Yeah, don't keep them here.
I wouldn't keep 'em
Things
here.
walk away in radio.
I would have a backpack that you bring to work every day.
Yeah.
And in that backpack, you have your laptop or iPad, whatever it is you use. You have some MyHigh, and you keep your headphones in there, and you just bring that backpack every day.
That's a good thought.
Or your fanny
when
pack.
I was thinking about what to bring, like one of my big concerns I have is, not waking up.
That's what we're concerned
it's
about.
like,
You have?
when do y'all eat breakfast?
So
I got a good
Jake sometimes will be like, y'all want some Chick-fil-A?
A lot of times, yeah.
Little mid-show.
Yeah.
Oh.
A little DoorDash.
Uber, yeah.
Oh, that's a good idea.
But
yeah, we do that.
I don't usually
I drink
eat
my
breakfast.
breakfast
Yeah,
pretty
same.
often.
Sure.
A lot of coffee, some daily greens.
Some fasting is involved here.
T-Bob was a faster.
That's right.
Yeah.
I'll usually fast.
Quest bar? Get you in a Quest
love a good
bar?
breakfast.
Or you want like a breakfast.
Yeah, I want omelet station.
Oh,
Ooh, I don't know if we can get you an omelet station.
You signed the contract. Did you put that in there for all of us?
Oh, Lord, that'd be great. A little hot plate in here.
Yeah. I don't think it's going to happen. You're now full time, but you've also been around this place. You know that ain't going to happen.
I would meal prep.
I was like, legitimately wondering if we got coffee here. Like, that's it.
We have coffee.
We have coffee downstairs.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Love that.
Shout out Community Coffee.
Also,
Shout out.
Rivers has the little pods in her office that we steal sometimes. Yeah.
I do need a different refrigerator situation up here, so we can have some drinks and some milk for the coffee, some creamer if you're into that. A little Fairlife in there, or a protein shake is my favorite. Make it a Profi.
So do y'all go? Are y'all always like hot coffee? I'm usually
I do cold.
I'm an iced coffee guy.
Same.
I'm 90% hot.
And it's not really about like what I like the flavor of, the taste more, what I enjoy more. Like I'm all about getting it down.
Yeah.
Like I'm all about the result of coffee.
yeah.
I'm not trying to like.
You want the rush ASAP.
Yeah, I'm not trying to like put both my hands on it and stare out the window or
No.
something like that. I'm trying to ice it down.
Like
and
you're in a
get it
rom-com
down.
or something. Yeah.
Well, like one, Mama didn't raise no punk. B, I just drink it hot. fast.
Like,
Like, what do you
everyone's like,
think?
That's impressive.
Okay, you think I'm sitting there, 2 hands on it, listening to Paula Cole?
yeah.
I don't want to wait.
But you have to sip hot coffee.
I'm
You
not
got to
doing
be like,
that.
Yeah, you do got to
You got-
sip it.
when it's cold coffee, you put that straw in there and you just
Yeah, just
All right, look,
chug
I got
it.
get
that
it down.
You
I
can look.
chug a quad espresso.
Absolutely.
And I feel great
Let's go.
immediately. Yeah.
Let's go.
Oh my gosh.
Oh God.
It can't be that hot though.
I mean,
See, you can drink hot coffee fast.
that wasn't that hot.
That's
There's
hot.
no,
It's gotta be
no
room temp.
chance.
I just poured it.
A lot of it fell onto your lap.
A little
though.
bit. Just a little bit. I got headshots. I'm going to have a coffee stain. That's also going to be on brand. And we told them, like, we're wearing hats in the headshots.
Yeah, I mean, they should just come in here and take pictures of us right here.
You know they're
I
going to
don't
give us,
disagree.
they are going to give us hell. Like, hey, how about we do one without the hats?
How about
Okay,
we don't?
put your both hands on your left knee, tilt your head. Can't wait.
I hope that coffee actually goes down well because I need it right now. I mean, you left me in a bind. June 2nd?
Yeah.
What are we
it's
doing
crazy.
here? Actually,
Whoa, whoa,
T-Bob
whoa,
left
whoa,
me in a
whoa.
bind.
I left you in a bind.
I mean, you could have signed and said, hey, I'm starting on May the
ASAP.
21st.
He couldn't even be here to announce.
It's true.
We were like, hey, can
That
we
is
get a
true.
video?
How many takes on the video,
How
though?
many- yeah,
How
I
many
was
takes,
wondering
honestly?
this.
You were whispering, and I get why. It was super late.
Oh God. Okay.
Were you sharing the room with someone? Like, you were, like, doing, like, a...
I was
somewhat-
whispering, really?
It was
Yeah.
a soft.
It's like somebody had you
You're doing
captive,
ASMR
and you were
or
like,
something. Yeah.
So I was in Arizona at a conference. Okay. So, I was trying to build business, sell some high.
Yeah.
And so at these conferences, you have to go socialize. So it's like you got to go. So you do the booth thing all day. You're talking like literally all day about your product and the benefits, and you're talking to like current customers and trying to build new ones. But then it's like in the evening, it's socials, and like you go out. So you're trying to then like just build like personal relationships.
Yeah.
And it's a lot of booze, right?
Yeah.
So, I was like, oh, good Lord. And so I'm on West Coast time at this time of year. And
Oh, yeah.
So I'm
'Cause
2 hours
They don't
back.
take daylight savings, right?
Yeah, they don't take daylight savings there. And so, yeah, I'm going out and we're doing all the social thing. And it's 1:30 in the morning. And I'm like, oh, poo. I forgot to make the video.
Yeah, well,
and it's 3:30 back home.
Yeah.
So I was like, didn't really have a voice.
I thought maybe you brought Lacey and the kids, and I'm like, oh, dude, they're in the room. He's having to whisper a little bit.
I had a couple pops and those, and I could literally hear everything like my neighbors had been doing, like my hotel neighbors had been doing. Not like
really?
I just hear them, right? I can hear when they have the TV
really?
on.
What have they done, Matt?
I mean, they're adults. They can do whatever they want.
True.
Who am I to judge?
I had a situation like that at the Super Bowl a couple years ago in Vegas. I was
man.
like, my God, did they know?
Hey, couple of kids just having fun.
Yeah.
Go for it.
But we appreciate you sending the video in because you forgot to send a quote in for the website.
You did on the press release.
Well, they didn't ask me to do that.
They did.
They certainly did. I'm part of the group text with Moscona where he said, hey, give me a quote 5 days prior.
I don't believe you.
If it makes you feel better, I have proof, but
I did verbally say a lot of quotes in that video.
That is fair. He
Touche.
could have taken
literal
something.
quotes.
He could have taken something from the video and put it in the website. Now was Matt being lazy? Moscona.
Some people are
The
asking.
whole Matt deal.
Some people are asking.
It's gonna sound like we're name dropping all the time because we're gonna have to be like Matt Flynn Matt Moscona because nobody's gonna know which one we're talking about.
we'll just
So
say
it's gonna sound very
Moscona.
name droppy.
Would you rather be Matt or would you rather be Flynn?
I'd rather either one. Let's just go with Moscona for him.
Jesus, Switzerland. Give me one.
Do you never make a decision like
Yeah,
ever?
he never, ever.
Oh, yeah. Those are the kind of takes you can expect on OTB.
Oh,
every
lukewarm?
morning. Oh, yeah.
Lukewarm take.
Oh,
Not
yeah.
really a
I mean,
take.
he
we love
played pretty
that.
good. He had some bad plays, but
It's
I
good
mean,
ones,
I
too.
can understand.
Playing both sides of the fence. I like it.
Absolutely.
I
Got
like
to.
it.
Got to. That means when you actually have a take, it means more.
Yeah. Okay.
Just means more. That's
SEC.
a slogan for something.
SEC.
Mm-hmm.
SEC tournament going on right now.
Yeah.
Who's Jay Johnson starting on Friday?
LSU guy.
LSU guy.
You're gonna have to know that, and it makes me so happy. On
Guess
June the
what?
2nd, you're
Guess
gonna
what?
have to know that, and it makes me
Guess
so
what?
happy.
I'm going to piss a lot of people off. I'm going to disappoint a lot of people that have come to expect something from me because I'm going to actually show up on time. I'm going to know some things about sports. Actually, no, I'm going to know a lot of things about sports. And it's going to piss people off because they're not going to expect that from me. But I am going to show up on time.
The people are already doubting you.
I get that. I get it.
I get it.
It's fine. Like, I would doubt me, but
Would it hurt your feelings if I told you that at the ballpark this weekend, I was kind of dreading because I'm like, oh my God, everybody's going to be like, T-Bob, I had to have that conversation like over and over and over again.
Sure.
But the conversation never even got there. The conversation was there was a line set, like an actual betting line on how many days Flynn would make it a week. And the line was firmly set at 3.5.
Was it really?
Yes.
Good.
I think that's a generous line.
I was like, dude, if he gets four a week, I'm feeling pretty fat and cocky. I mean, 4, that's
all right.
I think Blake Baker has I clipped it. Blake Baker had something to say to you too.
Oh yeah, he did.
Also, tell your boy Flynn, like, listen,
Oh,
I
it's
don't know
Bobby.
what's this
this Bobby.
arbitrary June date. Like, listen, if he wants to get in the game, tell him to get his butt down there and show up when the game time starts. All right?
Yes. Yeah. We told
Bobby
Bobby
says you need
he's
to
not
be here
starting
on
until
time.
June 2nd. Bob's like, what?
What?
The hell's going on here?
Like I said, I know amateur, bud. As soon as I get that paycheck, I'm in.
He's serious.
Yeah.
The thing y'all don't know is this man's serious.
No.
All right, look.
I'm here. I'm here.
You
right
are
now.
here. You are here.
My ass is in this
We
chair.
have headshots, and that's the reason you're here. But I am proud of you. So Bobby's already agreed to my quad box meathead Fridays at 9.
Okay. Love
Me,
that.
you, Bob, but we need you for AJ.
I don't know what his contract.
We
looks
need
like
you to
though.
He
come
joins
in clutch
Bobby.
here.
Bobby said he joins his show all the time.
Does he?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
Well, then I don't see why not.
well, he's your friend, right?
Yeah, he is.
All right. Bob's my friend. They're friends. Quad box, meatheads, Fridays, 9 during football season.
It sounds like it should work. Just send me a little text. Remind me to text him.
Oh my God. Is this
Just kidding. Relax, guys.
Elijah,
I
is he
swear,
kidding?
I promise. All right.
I don't feel confident.
When I
in this.
signed on the dotted line,
yeah,
I now feel like I'm part of the team. All right.
Okay.
I'm all
You are.
in,
No,
brother.
you are
I'm
part
all
of
in.
the team.
All right.
You're officially in the group chat.
I'm officially in the group chat. I am 100% all in. Okay.
On June 2nd.
The over/under should be set at 5.5 per week because I'll probably be here extra time.
No shot.
Mhm.
Okay, so that means he
Let's
just
do the show on Saturday.
He just committed to doing game
Let's
day
not.
with Dick Dixon and Hanny
For free.
for free.
Quit. I'm out.
You signed a 1 year or 2 year
Chances?
deal.
Yeah. Kiss and tell.
Is that because you don't know?
He has no
I don't know, I
idea
didn't read
how
it.
long. He has no
Just
idea how long
kidding.
he signed
Relax.
on.
I'm a business dude. Of course I read contracts.
Chances
I was
we
actually
get-
a big pain in the ass about the contract.
You should be.
I mean, you
Yeah,
should.
everybody-
Everybody should
yeah.
be.
You want to read?
Everybody
I
should
hadn't
be.
signed mine yet. You want to read mine
Yeah, sure.
and go through mine?
I mean,
You want to rep me?
I never thought, just like before when I was playing football, before I like actually started my own business, like I would read a ton of contracts. I mean, in NFL, you don't read your contract; you just listen to the cliff notes from your agent, right?
Yeah.
But then you do business, and it's like, oh, you get screwed a couple times. You're like, all right,
True.
well, I better start like learning how to do this.
Some of the things that people try to pass too, like when you own a business and you sign deals and different things, no matter like what it is, it can be something like very simple, like adding a vending machine to your business, and like the contract they try to give you, it's like, this amateur hour? You
I
signing
know.
that?
They bury that on page 17 on the back.
So what did Moscona try to bury on page 17 in the back?
It was good. Everybody's been really good. Obviously, this was a huge surprise to, everybody, including myself. I think I heard you tell the story too. It's like when you first asked me, I was like, hell no. That ain't happening.
I got to give Alondra a lot of credit because she's the one that, okay, so T-Bob told us, he told me right after the Super Bowl, he told Alondra and Tay a couple of weeks after that, and like one of the first days you came in on that Wednesday, and Alondra's like, what about Flynn? And after I got done laughing, I'm like, look, we can barely get my guy here on Wednesdays. He's a businessman and a father, as he likes to say. But when I did ask you though, but don't act like you weren't, like your ears didn't perk up a little bit. First you're like, no, and then you said how much money, and then it kind of just started to spiral from there.
Yep.
And then you got the permission from the boss.
Yeah, I laughed and I said no. Then I said, yeah, no, you can't afford me.
You did say that.
And laughingly. Because honestly, I've never thought about like doing this ever.
Right.
Like I've always been the super anti like media. Like I'm not part of the media. I come on the radio because I like you and I like to hang out.
I even kind of guilted you like 7 years ago when we started like doing stuff.
Yeah.
However long. I guess it was 7 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I kind of guilted you into doing 6 to 8 once a week.
Yeah.
You did the full show back then.
Yeah. We've done a lot of random things. We did that one podcast for the LSU.
Oh, we did
the LSU
that.
Network.
The
right?
actual LSU official football podcast.
Like we've done a lot of random things together.
That sounded weird.
But like, jeez, man.
I mean, we've done a lot of random things together.
How random?
Well, I would say the most random would be
this.
Doing this show off the bench.
I'll tell you what, though. Of the surprising things list that you've agreed to do, like hanging with Hester was like number 3 on the list.
Yeah.
This is probably number 2 on the list.
Okay.
Number 1 is getting you to drive up to God's country, Shreveport, Louisiana, and do my football camp multiple times. That's number 1 on the list.
That was a big deal. That's a big drive.
You did it twice.
I did it twice, yeah.
Yeah.
Once at a high school and then once at D1 up there.
Yeah. Once at Independent Stadium.
First time, yeah. Okay.
And then once at D1, yeah.
That was Independent Stadium?
Yeah.
That's where they have the bowl game?
They have the bowl game,
no,
yeah.
That's not no shot.
That's where once the Junior Independence Bowl Sunset Acre Indians, little chubby running back, had 5 TDs against the Lakeshore Tornadoes in the Junior Indy Bowl.
Oh, my God.
Let's go.
So an actual collegiate football game gets played there.
Yeah.
You
need to stop. You need to shut your mouth right now. We're on in Shreveport. You do not. You have to drive through the City of Dreams to get to Tyler.
I think that little piece of real estate would make a nice little housing development.
They did knock down the baseball stadium.
Did they?
Fairgrounds Field.
It's fair.
Where the Shreveport Captains used to play.
It's fair.
They lost their affiliation.
Probably
they used to be a team for the Giants.
Probably a good move for the city.
Well, it was infested with bats.
Is that water park still up there?
Yeah.
Huh.
That's when you know you've hit.
How many people do you think have gotten sick just from dipping their foot in that one of those?
I'm not saying that I would partake in the lazy river there, but it's still there.
Well,
it used to be called Watertown, USA. I'm not sure what it's called now. How many water parks y'all have in Tyler?
Should we do a show from there?
We can do a remote. Okay, so funny enough, this is years ago. I don't know if it's still the case. My old high school, Evangel, used to be tied into a church, First Assembly. They've changed names since then. I don't know what the church is called now. But somehow, in the most Shreveport thing possible, the city owned the water park, and then they gave it to the church.
Oh.
And so I actually think the people who own Evangel still own the water park.
Holy moly. Good for them. So it's Shreveport Evangel Water Park.
I think so.
Wait, so it kind of blows my mind that the church that the school is associated with wasn't originally Evangel.
No, it's First Assembly of God.
Huh.
Yeah. Now I think it's called Shreveport Community Church.
Okay.
I think.
All right. Shout out. How they pretty good at football still?
I have no idea.
Why?
Why would I know? Is Tyler?
You're a sports show dude.
Wait, where'd you go to school? Tyler Lee, they still good?
Tyler Legacy.
Tyler Legacy, I forgot. They changed names. Tyler
Yeah, they won a few games.
Yeah. Oh, how'd they do last year?
I don't live in Texas though, so
I don't live in Shreveport.
Maybe we should follow up this fall on our high schools. We should follow them, do a little breakdown of them.
Evangel.
I guarantee. I don't know how they did. They would beat Evangel.
Evangel had I don't think Evangel's very good. They had an Amazon show though.
Uh-huh.
What's the platform, Alondra? Do you know? It's not Amazon. It's something else that Amazon owns, and it's like a streaming service.
It was
maybe starts with an F, maybe.
Fubo?
Like a little Hard Knocks situation.
Yes, it was like God in football. I think was the name of it.
I actually want to say that Shreveport does have a good
everything.
QB. Good quarterback.
They do.
A good everything.
They do. Peyton Houston, I believe is his name. Mm-hmm. He's in the 2027 class, along with a lot of people from Louisiana. There's 3 Louisiana quarterbacks that are going to be top 10 quarterbacks in 2027.
Yeah.
And then you got Nussmeier's brother in Texas. Then you got Phillip Rivers' nephew in Fairhope, Alabama, in the 2027 class as well. Elijah Haven's in that class. You've worked with him. Give your first sports take here on OTB as the new co-host of the show on Elijah Haven.
Freebie, by the way,
Freebie.
is the channel.
What is it?
Freebie.
Freebie.
Yeah, don't dodge.
Freebie?
Yeah, don't dodge the question. Give a sports take.
Freebie.
On the
does not
Dunham
sound
quarterback.
It sounds inappropriate.
It does not sound like a show about religious high school football.
No.
What'd you say?
Your take on
Dunham quarterback Elijah Haven.
Oh, he's amazing.
Great take.
That's the kind of sports takes you
I like it.
expect.
Okay, now you should have
Riveting.
a take on this.
Of course I do.
Okay, just real quick, 30 seconds. What people can expect
From Elijah Haven.
from Elijah Haven.
I'm trying to think of because I real close to the Dunham program and Elijah and his parents and Neil over there. So I'm trying to see where's the professional line? Like, do I talk about him? Do I talk about him? I work with him all the time.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I know
So you have great
so that's like you have
insight.
great insight. Like,
sure.
I'm going to break down. Blake Baker came on the show earlier.
Yeah.
Like, I'm boys with Blake, and but I'm going to break down Blake's defenses.
Yep.
Like, that's
Let me
how
tell
this
you this.
works.
I'll
Like,
tell
you
you
use
this.
your inside sources. You work with him. Wax poetic about him.
Yeah.
He's probably one of the more physically gifted guys I've ever seen at that age. Not that I've worked with a lot or seen a lot.
You've seen a lot of
the
incoming freshmen.
Yeah,
though.
the first time I ever worked with him, I went over to Dunham. I was like, I'd been talking to Neil. I'm like, hey, I'd love to work with him, blah, blah, blah. And this was after his freshman year at high school. And so I look at him and I get there and he looks like, 6'4", 6'5", whatever, well built. Like he looks like a dude I played with 9 years ago in the NFL. He looks like a grown up. Yeah, 9 years, bud.
Yeah.
He looks like he's just a full-grown man. Like he played in
At this
college.
time, how old was he? Probably.
He was 15.
Yeah.
And so I walk up to him. I look at him, and it's visually, it's real quick.
You looked
and
up.
You
look up to him because he's taller.
I dabbed. I did the bro hug with him. I was
Yeah.
like, "What's up, dude? How you doing? You ready to get to work?" And he's like, "Yes, sir. Good to meet you, sir." And I'm like, "Oh yeah, you're 15.
Yeah.
Good
right.
Lord.
Yeah.
It's like those gifts that you just wish that you were given." And I started throwing with it. I'm like, good Lord, man, this guy has so much potential. And for all the physical gifts he has, he's a better human, better kid.
Yeah, I've heard that.
Got great parents, and there's just really is the sky's the limit for him. It's hard to ever predict this day and age of college football and all the NIL stuff. You never know. You hope a kid like him, who is going to have the right mentality, who's going to go about things the right way, can sign with a college and stay at that college forever. But you just never know. You got to walk into the right situation. You have to walk it. So they got a big decision to make. They're going to have to make the best decision. But I just hope that he goes someplace that he can stick with. The fans can get to know who he is for more than 1 year or 2 years.
Right.
And man, But he is. And this year we've been working. We've been working for about 2 years. And goodness gracious, man, the kid can play. The kid can spin it. We've done some workouts. I think during recruiting season, all these coaches are coming in and looking at why it's just he's done some really impressive things. And I kind of put him through what a college kid will do in a pro day.
Yeah.
And he makes all the throws that any of these top guys coming in that are first rounders going in the pro day. You just got to keep. When you go to high school into college, there's such a huge gap, especially with kids running such sophisticated offenses all over the country. You got Nussmeier's brothers probably knows everything about sports, everything about coverages as a 6th, 7th, 8th grader.
Right.
So it's just working with him and making sure mentally he's prepared because physically he's got all the tools.
Yeah, and I know we are really long for a break, but that is something that is certainly different now because these players, these elite players, they've grown up, 707s, and they've seen coverages. They're not running the triple option at Tyler Lee like somebody I know did it when they got ready.
Ooh.
Was it triple option? What kind of
No, it wasn't
what
triple
version
option.
of it?
It was certainly run, maybe pass if it's third.
Oh, so it was like I formation, just run.
Yeah, it was like I formation, split back, stuff like that. Yeah,
Okay,
it
so
was
no option element.
No option element. I ran quite a bit, but
That's what I'm
it
saying.
was like
How'd
a
you run?
naked bootleg quarterback.
Did you have
draw
those heavy ankle
situation.
braces on?
Couple of like quarterback like tackle traps. It was sick.
I bet you were good at that.
There's a couple games I threw it like 6 times. I don't
How'd
know
you-
how
how'd
I got
you get
recruited.
here?
I have no idea.
Who'd
What
you
were they?
fool?
What were they thinking?
I don't know. Maybe they weren't.
That was
All
a
right.
great threat.
We'll come back. More OTB on 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge.
Off the bench.
I'm not going to make you do it now. I cannot wait. And I mean, I cannot wait until you got to do live reads.
I would say the only
on
part
June
that
the
I'm
2nd.
actually nervous about.
I know.
For sure.
I know.
No doubt.
Don't worry. We'll ease you in there. CentralPlumbing.org is the website. 24/7, 365 weekend, holiday, game day, emergency service. Doesn't matter what's going on. They'll be there for you. 225-925-8552 is that number. The name is Central Plumbing, but not only in Central. Certainly they can handle you if you are in Central, but the greater Baton Rouge area, we are talking to you. Again, 225-925-8552. Always online at centralplumbing.org. You can see what they can do for you in the remodel game, at your home, at your business. If you want to go tankless with the tankless water heater as well, they can install that for you. Never run out of hot water again. I'm telling you, man, if you've got kids and you get home late, it is the absolute necessity. centralplumbing.org.
You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe in a dream. Believe. You gotta believe. My whole team on wild.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
At Auctioner, we know healing is a team sport. That's why we've partnered with world-renowned orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews to create the Auctioner Andrews Orthopedics and Sports Medicine Institute. Whether you're a professional athlete or a weekend warrior, our team of specialists are dedicated to getting you back in the game. So whatever your reasons are for reaching your personal best, we've only got one: you. Auctioner Andrews Institute. Long live you.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
This is Off the Bench.
Pumping and thumping in time. The green light flashes, the flags go up.
Churning and burning, they yearn for the cup. They deftly maneuver and muscle for rank. Fuel burning fast on an empty tank. Reckless and wild, they pour through the turns. Their prowess is potent and secretly stern. As they speed through the finish, the flags go down.
All right, welcome back in. It is OTB 104.5 ESPN Baton Rouge. Right now, because we went long in that first segment, it was more like 2 segments. We're going to play a video. We have not seen said video. It is your favorite brothers here in the video, so we're going to watch it. We'll react to it alongside with you. Here's the video.
Hey, what's up? Homegrown Network here. Guess what? I've been retired. Guess who's recently retired? This guy. So we start playing some golf. I play a hole with this. The road to Tahoe. Let's go. Wow. It's kind of new, but it started out right. Okay. Wow, good job. Hey, hit my shot too, bro. Hold on real quick. Oh yeah. Side. Why did you just come out so nice? Mine was spinning sideways like a hack. Can I make birdie too? Anyway. Go left. It went left a little bit, yeah. That's good. Let's do it this way. Oh, it's the sun, Austin. Derek makes birdie out of the sand. What do I do? Okay. Hey, what's up?
Wait, that's it? They
That's
put
it?
that out
That's
there as
literally all that
content?
is. Cassie, give us the stats on this video. How many views does this have? Because what?
I don't know about views, but it's got 193 likes.
That's it.
Okay, 193
and only
likes.
23 comments.
Like, you put out content like that, like, and you think, okay, yeah, we're, 2 former NFL quarterbacks, and you get 193 likes because that was like the least amount of juice video I've ever seen in my life.
Super
Like,
boring.
What?
The audio sucked.
Yeah, like,
when
you
you talk
didn't have
about
any
homegrown,
music. You did. What are we doing?
What are they?
That's why you retired. Thank God you did. But
They
23
got,
comments.
They got as much charisma combined as like a pine cone.
That's terrible.
Also,
Like,
doesn't
they're
his
awful.
shoulder, doesn't he have like a degenerative shoulder? I feel like I can't swing when my shoulder's messed up.
I didn't think so either. Now,
Like, I feel like a lot of people here, not a lot, just me, really kind of try to warn everybody.
no, I was. I mean, you did, but I was fully against this.
It's like, what are you doing?
I was.
Remember,
probably
T-Bob was
the
trying
biggest
to
Derek
gaslight
Carr
us
hater.
into
Yeah.
yes, no. Danny was too when he used to be here.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah.
Danny.
Yeah.
I thought better of Danny.
Yeah. It's almost
was
like we knew it was
never
going
on
to
the
turn out
Derek Carr
exactly
train.
how it happened.
But Mickey Loomis was like, nah, I've seen enough. Let's resign.
God, it gave him so much money.
That was a terrible video.
Yeah, what do we?
They must have
They just started.
blocked all negative comments because it's only positive comments.
Well, it's only,
Cassie's like, no way.
it's only
Like,
friends and
because,
family
like,
watching.
on the
Clearly.
last
Yeah.
video,
I
all the
mean,
comments were just
That is
negative.
true. That is true. It did have a bunch of like negative comments on the last one we played, but this one it really is all
Like
positive.
this has been up for 7 days, and there's only 23 positive.
7
what
days
was
and they have
their-
like what 120 something likes.
Oof.
Yeah.
Like this show, this one single show has 91 likes on YouTube, a live show.
No big deal. Because we're awesome.
Well, we're more
Guys, can we get these
dynamic
likes up?
than that.
Can we get these likes up higher than the Carr brothers?
Yes.
Please.
Let's get above. What'd you say it was, Cassie? 100 and what?
193 likes.
And then
let's see. We need 102 more likes to see if we can get there.
And says, we've been together for 33 minutes and we got more likes than your stupid golf video.
That's a horrible video.
Like you and I don't play golf. It's just not what I do. I'm a meathead, whatever. I wish there was something else where I could have business deals and, fellowship with friends, maybe put a bench press in the middle of a room and we'll just rep out 225 and that would be like the new way we hang out because I can't play golf, whatever. But I think that the one time I did play golf was typically when you used to have your golf tournament.
Yeah.
And I almost died one golf tournament that I played in with you.
That's no exaggeration.
That's no exaggeration. And I think if we had had video evidence of that golf cart going down the hill and flipping, that would have been far more dynamic than that was.
For you golf listeners out there, at my tournament, they flipped over a golf cart on the 17th hole at the Bluffs on the downhill. So for all the golfers out there, you know what that hill is.
Yeah.
I think literally a couple of people did pass away on that hill.
Yeah. Yeah. And I was not driving.
You weren't driving. And the person driving wasn't like intoxicated driving.
No.
It was just, a little
probably
little
shouldn't have gas powered golf carts.
Little oopsie
down that hill.
Oops. Yeah. I don't know.
I felt bad. Like I felt bad because the person that was driving it, like, oh, it's closed.
I don't know the status of it right this second,
really?
but it's been closed.
Oh,
yeah.
Was it because of that hill?
I don't think it was because of that. No lawsuits.
Like really, like we
Just a lot
flipped in a long skid, and the person driving, like I actually kind of used him as a flotation device.
You did. You did.
Like, on
You
top
did.
of him.
There's
but
zero.
We are here to tell the story.
0 charisma points in that video.
No,
like not one single comment throughout every swing. I don't know what made them think that was a great idea to just
when
be like,
did they start
look at
this stupid show?
This is what the second video
Is it
they
the
put
second
out.
video?
It's like
They put that
the
car
car
review.
Have you seen that one? The
Yeah, I
car
saw
review.
that
Okay,
one.
so that and
Horrible.
then now
I saw
this.
it.
horrible.
Like,
So which one's better?
David Carr is on NFL Network, so like how TV works. You
Yeah.
know what you've got to do. You got to have like inflections in your voice, and you got to like change some things that you do. Like he should know that.
Well, obviously,
They're both bad.
Derek is very.
He's only
self-unaware.
comfortable.
He's very self-unaware,
yeah.
right? The way he
Right.
presents himself, like I think he thinks a lot of people like him,
Yeah.
but without doing the things you have to do for people to like you.
Right.
Some people do that naturally. Some people have to force themselves to do that. He does not do it naturally. He actually naturally does things that make people not like him around New Orleans.
Yeah.
Maybe there's people that do, but they can't just naturally walk into these stupid videos
No.
and people like it. There's going to have to be a lot of cutting,
Yeah.
editing, reshooting.
You got the money.
Scrimmage.
You got to
Like,
hire somebody to cut this thing.
Y'all are not the one take Car brothers.
No.
No.
You can't do it.
One take Jake, yes. One take
No
Carr,
doubt.
No.
And maybe they
Horrible.
thought like the editing of following the golf ball with the red line was going to be what put them over the top.
Got them to 200.
But
likes.
nobody cared about that.
And you
then
know,
you put like a little graphic, birdie and par. Like you got to talk. You got to
Gotta
have
talk.
something. You got to have some
like, all
background
right,
music, something.
Derek, I don't know what's better, the par or the birdie.
Birdie. Yeah,
Birdie.
would be better.
Okay,
Yeah.
so like David could have been like, all right, brother Derek,
Yep.
beat me with the birdie.
They're so lame. They're probably not even like, well,
Competing
he
for
beat
real.
me. They're like, oh, well, he combined got -1 on that hole. Not like, oh, you beat me or I beat your ass on that hole.
I
Yeah.
know, like, if me and my brothers were playing like a sport
It would
against
get
each other,
competitive.
it wouldn't be as boring as
No.
that.
Yeah, like gamble.
Yeah.
Like $5
or like
$5 on this hole.
talk some smack.
Or one.
No smack talk.
One super expensive car.
So stupid.
Man, I can't afford it, but he can afford it
He can
because he's
afford
not a guy. You know what I'm saying?
Get it? Get it, guys?
All right, that's gonna make
They
me
should
mad.
have Mickey Loomis on that show.
All right, let's
That'd
go to
be
break
terrible.
on that note. More OTB.
Off the bench.
All right, go ahead, Matt. I'm just kidding. All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com.
This is Matt with All Star Toyota.
Me like cars.
They have cars, 4 wheels, each.
You're doing great. Keep going. I love it.
Gas powered, electric powered. Actually, I don't know.
Yeah, yeah. Hybrid.
Hybrids, both. That's 2 of them. Gas or electric.
That's how hybrid works. All-Star Toyota, BatonRouge.com. Buying new, leasing, or renting. Everything is available. Like he said, I mean, they've got it all. Like, if you want a hybrid, they've got that.
Plug it
Sedan,
in. Plug and play.
mid-size SUV, full-size SUV, multiple trucks, Sienna minivan. They've got the Sequoia for the full-size SUV. And if you've got summer vacation coming up, which Flynn does because that's what he does, he's a vacationer, you can rent a Toyota today. Per-day rental prices over at All-Star Toyota of Baton Rouge.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary for those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
The Windsor Senior Living Community in Mandeville, Louisiana is a beautiful, vibrant apartment community geared towards seniors. They are nestled right in the heart of Mandeville, where seniors live a more carefree lifestyle in spacious apartments with the peace of mind that comes from having a little extra help. Call the Windsor at 985-624-8040 to schedule a lunch and tour. Come see how the Windsor can be your passport to peace of mind.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. This, it's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
Men, age is just a number. Don't let it dictate how you feel. Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness has anti-aging services that can help you look and feel your best. Visit yourgoodwood.com and discover a renewed sense of vitality.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Gulf Coast Office Products is a nationally recognized Savin office equipment dealer based right here in Louisiana. Over 100 employees strong, Gulf Coast has the boots on the ground to support all vertical markets from education, engineering, legal, and finance. With the latest in office technology from desktop to production segment units, Gulf Coast and Savin have the perfect fit for you. Call 225-756-2644. That's 756-2644 for Gulf Coast Office Products.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar.
Welcome back to Off the Bench.
Great song.
I play it a lot, but I love it so much.
I know, I do too. There was, so me and my two brothers were at Six Flags over Texas.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Dallas.
Arlington.
You could go in and you could do a lip sync deal to songs, right?
Yes,
and
you
they'd
could.
film it, and you get the drums and the. So me and my brothers, we did this song back in the day.
Great
Gosh, I was
song.
probably what year did this come out? I was probably early middle school. I was
90-something.
probably 6th grade, maybe something like that.
Right after college.
And so,
Y'all made that video?
96.
okay, 96. So I was 11. What grade are you in when you're 11? I should know this. I have a lot of kids.
6th grade?
6?
5th or 6th, one
Yeah.
of the two. Yeah, I was drummers back there. Just
For you, second?
probably. Don't hate that I've got seniority. That I'm a man. I'm 40, and your little ass is still 39.
Your little ass is still 39.
Is that one of the trips you've got coming up?
Yeah.
Well,
So, all right, look. Let me just
Yeah, you
practice
need to-
this
you need
by
to go ahead and lay
saying,
it out.
people, this first month's going to be a bad look on me, okay?
It's not going to help your case at all.
I'm coming to work, and then I'm leaving for a week. Then I'm coming to work, then I'm leaving again. And
so you're making two
nobody
out of
asked
4
me.
weeks, right? 2 out of 4?
I'll be like 2.5.
Okay.
But nobody asked me to do this show before I had this stuff planned. One of them is personal. It is 40-year-old birthday trip.
Yes.
Where are you going?
We're going to Turks and Caicos.
Okay, that's fancy.
Oh man, can I come?
Yeah, let's go.
Who's going? Just you and Lacey, or are you bringing some
Well,
friends?
there's a couple peeps going.
Okay, good. I didn't want to invite myself if it's just you and Lacey.
Yeah, you want to come?
Laundry.
you have a show?
I don't have a passport.
You don't have a passport?
It expired.
Grow up.
It expired.
I don't have a passport.
Grow up. I've got 5 kids. When's the last time I needed a passport?
I don't have a passport.
Fair.
Yeah. It expired.
It
expired in 2017.
We just took our
2018.
3 kids out of the country, and I would say, yeah, just don't get one. Just don't get a passport. It's tough. It is tough.
You're saying because it's tough. Yeah, I got you.
Well, it's like one of those
but y'all
things-
went to
We went to Europe.
Yeah,
we went to Europe.
That's different.
It was like
going down like to Turks.
Yeah, it was.
That's a different. That's a big boy trip.
It's a big boy trip. It's like we got 9, 7, 4-year-olds. So like the point of a parent when they're at that age is just make sure you keep your children alive, right?
Yeah.
Of course, make them have fun, have experiences,
but alive.
But I was like, well, now we just got to make sure they stay alive, like in another country. That seems tough.
It seems impossible.
So like we had a great time and we took some good pictures, some good memory, and they'll remember the pictures.
Right.
But it was hard as hell.
Yeah.
It was tough.
Yeah. I'm glad you did.
Yeah.
Keep them
glad we
alive.
did.
Shout out to the 3 kiddos.
They're thriving.
Yeah.
They are.
I say that we need to next year when it's a little bit, right after baseball, right before football, we need to all go to the Bahamas.
Yeah.
And do a live show for a week from the Bahamas.
That'd be legit.
Right?
Yeah.
All we need, what do we really need though, Alondra? Like what would we need equipment wise? Like
The Comrex.
internet? Yeah.
Internet.
There's phones.
We have everything we need.
So we could take the kids, we can take, obviously the wives, and then Alondra, you can bring whoever. Tay, we'll see if you're allowed. And he might need to be back here just to keep things in order.
Yeah.
Why would he be allowed? He can't be within 500 feet of children.
Yeah, there's the water park situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Why can't we? Why couldn't we do that?
No, I mean, why wouldn't we?
So we're on vacation, kind of, but we're not having to take vacation days
because we're still doing the show.
Because we're still doing the show.
Yeah.
A write-off.
We could cover a Bohemian sport.
They're actually by Atlantis. There's actually a soccer pitch 100 yards from the entrance of Atlantis.
Yeah.
Whatever they play there that day, we can cover it.
Yeah.
We'd be at the water park by 10:15.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I like this. You don't want to just do it June 2nd?
That's how we start.
That's how we just start.
I don't think do you need a passport to get into the Bahamas? I know it's not owned by the U.S. If you're going on a cruise, you don't have to.
You used to not have to, but you do now.
Yeah. Puerto Rico maybe no because
it's a territory.
Yeah,
so you don't need one.
Right, but Bahamas, I believe, still United Kingdom.
I have no idea.
That
That would make sense.
Matt, let's see.
I brought that up.
You
I
know
just
who
want
goes
to
to the
apologize to the
Bahamas?
listeners. I'm starting, but my 2 trips I'm taking is in no way representative of my commitment.
Women's basketball plays in the Bahamas all the time.
They do.
We can go cover women's basketball.
That's actually probably the move.
Yeah.
Matt, can you name the 4 countries that make up the United Kingdom?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. United Kingdom would be England, Scotland, Ireland, and Northern Ireland.
You were so close.
Wales.
Yeah.
I'm impressed.
Wait, isn't Northern Ireland?
Northern
They're not
Ireland,
part-
yes.
Wait, and
Ireland's not.
Got it.
Irish
Wales.
people would not appreciate you putting
Yeah,
them
they
in the
would
United
actually
Kingdom.
hate
So
that.
I have been to Ireland, and they hate
Yeah.
England.
Yeah.
I went there with my brother and my dad. It was 4th of July. And they love America. And they had the biggest 4th of July parade I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, celebrating us?
Celebrating us. Because they love us. Because they hate England.
Dude, you said that with such confidence. It's like my party question. I always ask people hey, what's 4 countries to make up? Nobody to this day has ever first time out of the gates gotten it right. And I thought you were about to do it. But you didn't.
Well, I did.
No, you didn't.
I got there.
You suck.
Hey, guess what I do know now?
The 4 countries that make up the United
Most
Kingdom.
The Friday
of
started.
the SEC head coaches.
When we come back,
I do know the
Matt
starter
Flynn is going to give us as many of the 16 football coaches out of the Southeastern
Let's
Conference
go.
that he can give you, and we're going to do it right here on OTB to wrap it up.
Off the bench.
You want to talk about Dos Equis and how great it is?
I love Dos Equis.
If you could ever do a live read, this one is it.
If you go to a bar that has a Dos Equis, sometimes they have that one that regulates it at like 33 degrees, the tap, and you put like a fresh cut lime on it. It is literally the greatest beer that you can have.
Yeah. And that's not lip service. You told me that during a break.
I didn't even know it was
when
a
the
sponsor.
microphone wasn't. You're not listening to the show?
I do.
It's been how many weeks?
Well,
Alondra?
I just thought y'all really loved Dos Equis.
At least a month.
At least a month,
At
yeah.
least a month.
They provided the beer for my 40th birthday party, sir.
And for those of y'all who don't know, Dos Equis stands for 2 X's because it's so good.
You're going to finish. You got a minute, bud. You got 10 seconds left.
Oh, well, wait, is that what those hand signals
Yes.
mean?
Yeah.
Drink Dos Equis. It's I love it.
Go for
Dos
Dos.
These are the luckiest ice cubes in the world. They could have been a thankless bed for an all-you-can-eat salad bar. But instead, they've been called upon to cradle and cool a crisp, refreshing Dos Equis. Huh. Looks like the lucky just got luckier. Dos Equis.
Baton Rouge's home for real rock. It's Eagle 98.1. Foo Fighters. Led Zeppelin. AC/DC. Pearl Jam. And the flagship home for LSU sports. Take us anywhere with the Eagle 98.1 app. Eagle 98.1 is the rock station.
ED, low T, or simply seeking to optimize your health and performance? Goodwood Men's Sexual Wellness offers a range of discreet services to address your specific needs. We empower men to reclaim their health and confidence. Visit yourgoodwood.com.
Family owned and community driven.
Service Chevrolet Cadillac, a legacy you can trust since 1972. Service Chevrolet Cadillac, our family serving your family.
For over 50 years.
At Sunshine, we know what you see when you look at your land. Where others may see dirt, you see the foundation you've built your life on. It's hallowed ground. It's past, present, and future. We're proud to provide quality John Deere equipment to help you maintain the land you love. Check out our current promotions and learn more about what it means to be powered by sunshine at sunequip.com.
At Luba Workers' Comp, our journey began over 30 years ago with a simple belief. Our clients come first.
At Luba, our business has always been focused on people, not policies.
Through every success and challenge, we've continued to grow because we've stayed true to our values, committed to providing you with genuine dependability.
Because your well-being is more than a priority. It's our purpose.
Welcome back to Off the Bench.
Maybe I don't really wanna know how you got and grows, 'cause I just wanna fly. Lately, did you ever feel the pain in the morning rain?
All right, welcome back in. OTB here on a Wednesday morning. Matt Flynn, you once went 7 for 14
Wait, who
naming
is this
SEC
band?
football coaches.
Oasis.
Oasis.
Oasis, like a deep track?
Live
Never
forever.
play Oasis deep tracks.
Why?
We've been doing a lot of Oasis. Well, I guess any song that's not Wonderwall is probably a deep cut for Oasis. but-
Champagne Supernova is pretty popular.
Yeah, that one is too.
Those are the only two. All right, sorry.
16 SEC football
He was trying to
coaches.
stall.
He was, definitely. All right, here we go. Alabama, Crimson Tide.
DeBauer.
Are we accepting that?
We'll accept-
DeBauer.
Yeah. Kalen DeBoer. We accepting that? DeBauer.
Yeah, because I feel like he's faking saying it wrong.
Arkansas Razorbacks.
Sam Pittman.
Auburn Tigers.
Hugh Freeze.
Florida Gators.
Billy Napier.
Georgia Bulldogs.
Kirby Smart.
Kentucky Wildcats.
Mark Stoops, a.k.a. Mark Poops.
LSU Tigers.
Bonus points for
Kelly.
Mark Poops.
Thank you, Mark Kelly.
Mississippi State Bulldogs.
I said Mark Kelly after you said Mark Stoops. Brian Kelly. What? This
Mississippi
is a pass. Skip.
Okay. Missouri Tigers.
Eli Drinkwitz.
Oklahoma Sooners.
Brent Venables.
Ole Miss Rebels.
Lane Kiffin.
South Carolina Gamecocks.
The son of the Virginia Tech guy.
What in his name is?
Beamer.
There you go.
Shane Beamer.
Tennessee.
Josh Heupel.
Yeah.
Texas
The hefty
Longhorns.
lefty. Steve Sarkisian.
Hell yeah.
Texas A&M.
Mike Elko.
Vanderbilt.
I feel good about this.
Commodores.
Clark Lee.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
I
let's go back.
because
Let's
I'm
go back.
serious
Let's go
about
back.
this job.
Let's go back.
Is
Mississippi
Is
State.
it Danny something?
No.
Is it Steve something?
Nope.
No.
He's got like a Chad face.
Yeah. JL's
yeah.
his initials.
John.
You got it.
You got
No.
come on. Come on.
John.
Nope.
No.
Jerry.
Nope.
No.
Jeff.
Yep.
Yes.
Jeff.
Yes.
Levy.
Let's
go! Woo! Sports guy.
Hey, that was not a bit. He is so proud of himself right now.
Fired
we will
up.
see you the
Let's
same
go.
time, the same place tomorrow. Until then, enjoy the rest of your day.
Off the bench.
I mean, you are so proud right now of yourself.
I'm gonna
So
call
proud
my
I
wife.
should make you talk about
I did it, baby.
Call my wife. Oh, the best part is you're sort of serious.
Oh, yeah.
KTOZBlinds.com. K2Z Interiors and Outdoor Living. Been doing it since 2004. Interior, exterior, does not matter. They're going to be able to help you out. And one thing I love about them is like you invite them into your home and they know your home better than you do. And literally like 10 minutes. That's what they did for me. They came in. I thought I was getting one thing. They said, no, actually, this is going to help you out here. The porch that you want to cover, but also your living room as well. I've gotten a Roman shade there for the kitchen. So many different things that Brandon and the team can help you with. I have been incredibly happy. 225-791-1220. Always online. Again, KTOZBlinds.com.
There it is, the extra mile. On the border of expected and extraordinary. For those willing to go further. Like vans customized for work or play. With safety and tech to keep you connected. Supported by a 5-star sales, service, and finance team. And backed by the 1-star you know. So go the extra mile. It's never crowded because so few have what it takes to go there. Mercedes-Benz Vans.
It's not just a game, it's a religion. You've got your team colors, team swag, and now your very own website. LouisianaSports.net. Everything LSU, Saints, and Pelicans. Sports on demand. In-depth coverage by sports writing pros with continuously updated news. And with the LouisianaSports.net newsletter, you get pinged directly with top trending stories. Best of all,